Chapter 336. It's difficult. Wang Yao sighed. 1,000 miles, 100 people. Fortunately, the time was 2 months instead of a short month. He still had some time to think of a way. In another mountain village in Lianshan County, the patient lying on the bed looked away. She was about to leave. She let out a weak cry, but there was no one else in the room. Her eyes slowly closed. If she closed them, she was afraid that she would never open them again. "Mom!" She heard someone calling her. She felt that the voice was very familiar. She wanted to open her eyes, but she felt that she had no strength at all. She couldn't even open her eyes. "Dad!" Zhang Wenbao was very anxious when he saw his mother's situation. His father hurried over from the yard. He was also anxious when he saw the situation. "Quick, give her medicine." He took out some medicine and fed it to her with difficulty, but it didn't seem to have any effect. There are more." He took out the 3 9 herbs pills given by Wang Yao and gave them all to her at once. After waiting for a while, he thought that the person was dying. Then, the patient lying on the bed slowly opened her eyes. "Phew! Jiqing! Mom, you're awake." This process only took a short 10 minutes. To the family, it felt as long as a century. The woman lying on the hospital bed felt like she was in a long dream. She was walking alone in the dark night. She couldn't see her surroundings clearly, and she couldn't see her feet clearly. There was no one around and there was no sound. She just walked like this, as if there was no end and she would never stop. Suddenly, a light pierced through the endless darkness, and she returned to the human world. She saw her closest family members here, and saw their worried expressions. She was alive again. "She's awake. She's awake." The family breathed a sigh of relief, but then they were deeply worried. In fact, this was not the first time such a situation had happened. It was more dangerous each time. She could be saved this time. What about the next time? The next time? No one knew how long she could hold on. Sigh. The family fell into a state of worry again. Sigh, this was still daytime. What about night? Everyone had to sleep. If he took a nap, dozed off, and woke up, he might find that his loved one had left him forever. That was why when one of the family members was sick, the whole family would be on tenterhooks. When will these days come to an end? Although he had been a father for decades, he had had enough. Night had fallen and it was getting late. "Mom, how do you feel?" Sun Chongfeng asked his mother after dinner. "It's pretty good. My head hasn't hurt for a day. I'll definitely be able to sleep well tonight." Ever since she got that strange disease, being able to have a good night's sleep was already a rare treat. But today, she felt that she would definitely be able to have a good night's sleep and even have a good dream until dawn. "When you're free, take me to thank that Dr. Wang. Let's talk about it after you recover," Sun Chongfeng said. 1 dose of medicine cost more than 100,000. This money was too easy to earn. In the darkness of the night, Wang Yao looked at the sky in the courtyard and pondered. How should he use the medicine? How should he test it? He had been thinking about the tumor for the past 2 days. Ring. Buzz. Just as he was lost in thought, his phone rang. It was an unfamiliar phone number from a foreign country. "Hello, what are you doing?" A clear voice like a mountain stream came from the other end of the phone. It was Tong Wei, the beauty far away in France. "I'm on the hill, looking at the sky," Wang Yao said with a smile. "Did you miss me?" "Of course," Wang Yao said with a smile. "I'm going back soon," Tong Wei said on the other end of the phone. "When are you coming back?" "I'll pick you up at the airport," Wang Yao hurriedly said. "In a week. I'll call you after the incident is settled." "Okay." The two of them chatted on the phone for a while before hanging up. "You're coming back soon?" Well, thinking about it carefully, Tong Wei had actually been separated from him for more than 2 months. During this time, Wang Yao had not been idle. "It's good that you're coming back. It's really not reassuring to stay outside all the time." That night, Wang Yao went to bed very late. He did not turn off the lights until 11 o'clock at night. The next morning, the sky was clear and the autumn wind was cool. The weather had obviously become much cooler. It had dropped to less than 25 degrees. Autumn had really come. In the morning, Wang Yao returned home and found his mother packing clothes for him. "Mom, what are you doing? These are autumn clothes. You're cold on the hill. Don't catch a cold," Zhang Xiuying said as she packed. "Hey, I'm immune to cold and heat. Even in winter, I can just wear short sleeves outside. Don't talk nonsense with me." She did not know that her son was telling the truth. "You don't have to pack so much. I'm just on the hill. It's not that far away. If you need it, I'll come back to get it. It's not like I don't know how lazy you are." Just like that, Zhang Xiufang prepared a big box of clothes for Wang Yao. Sigh. Wang Yao sighed. A mother's love was like the sea. What could he say? At noon, the family prepared a sumptuous lunch because there were guests. One of Wang Yao's uncles came to visit on weekdays. He came to deliver an invitation. "Ilong is getting married?" "Yes. That's a good thing," Wang Fenghua said. Wang Yao knew that his two uncles did not have a good marriage. Both of them were in their 30s and did not have a wife. The one in front of him should be 32 years old this year. The other one, who was the one who was getting married, was 36 years old this year. His family originally lived in the mountain village. Later they moved out. As for the reason, Wang Yao did not know. "Okay, go back and tell your uncle." "I'll definitely go," Wang Fenghua said. "Okay. Do you want to drink some wine?" "Okay, I'll drink some." During the meal, Wang Yao found that his uncle was still the same as before. He was a little shy when he spoke. Well, there was another word to describe him, which was sissy. He seemed to lack the masculinity that a man should have. "Ishan, has anyone talked to you about dating recently?" Wang Yao's mother asked. "Someone did. How do I put it? That woman is too talkative. What can she say? The key is, how is she? She's just SOSO. Hearing this, Wang Yao felt that his uncle did not want to date the woman at all. Or, it could be said that he did not like the woman. Sure enough, his mother did not continue to ask. "Is Ishan a shortcoming?" After Wang Yao's uncle left, Wang Yao's mother asked his father. "Don't talk nonsense. What's wrong with him? I think he's quite good." "Quite good? He still hasn't found a girlfriend?" "What's wrong with that? It's just fate. Your son still hasn't found a girlfriend." "Oh no." Hearing this, Wang Yao decisively got up and ran out. "Stop right there. I have an appointment with someone today. I'll leave first." Wang Yao rushed out of the house like a wisp of smoke. Sigh. What an unexpected calamity. He was implicated even when he was lying down. After leaving home, Wang Yao did not rush to Nanshan Hill. Instead, he went to the clinic. He did not lie when he was at home. He really had an appointment with a friend, Wang Mingbao. As soon as a pot of tea was brewed, the sound of the door opening came from outside. Wang Yao had arrived. "Is the shop not busy?" "It's fine. Someone is helping to look after it," Wang Mingbao replied with a smile. "What's the matter?" "Yes, there is indeed something," Wang Mingbao replied with a smile. "Tell me, what's the matter?" Wang Yao asked with a smile. "Do you know County Magistrate Dai?" "County Magistrate Dai? That County Magistrate Dai? I don't know him." "Why?" Wang Yao was stunned. "Hiss, that's strange." Wang Mingbao was stunned. "What's wrong?" "Nothing." Then he told the reason for his visit. It turned out that the secretary of the town suddenly felt unwell and might retire early. As a result, there was a vacancy. Such an opportunity was rare. Naturally, Wang Mingbao's father wanted to go further. After all, the mayor and the secretary were not the same concept. However, there were other people eyeing the position. They had to have support in the county. He had heard his father mention that County Magistrate Dai had mentioned Wang Yao. He thought Wang Yao knew him, so he came to ask. County Magistrate Dai? I don't know him, but someone knows him. Wang Yao suddenly remembered who County Magistrate Dai was. Who? Tian Yuantu. He remembered that Tian Yuantu seemed to have eaten with County Magistrate Dai several times. They seemed to be quite familiar with each other. Him. Uncle, if you want to go further, I can help you a little, Wang Yao said. Wait, who is he? Wang Mingbao remembered that Wang Yao knew another big Buddha. This matter could be solved with a few words from him. Yes. Then, tomorrow I'll go to hike, Wang Yao said. After all, it was his brother's business. Moreover, Wang Mingbao's father was the mayor of the town. It was also good for him. Thank you. We're brothers. Don't be so polite. Have some tea. By the way, the grapes I ate last time were good. Do you have any more? Yes. Can you pick 2 bunches for me before you leave? Okay, no problem. Wang Mingbao sat for a while. The two chatted for a while. Then he left with 2 bunches of grape. Sun Chongfeng was very happy today. His mother had a good sleep last night. She slept until dawn, and her headache didn't come back. Sun Chongfeng had been doing well in his career over the years. However, he had neglected his family. His father had passed away 2 years ago. Since then, he had realized the importance of family. When his mother had a headache, he had put in a lot of effort, but the effect was not good. This time, it was effective, which made him very happy. He should express his gratitude to Dr. Wang. What did you say? I said I can move my legs a little. Really? Looking at the slight movement of his father-in-law's leg, Sun Chongfeng was pleasantly surprised. Chapter 337. Amazing, really amazing. Chen Buiyuan really admired Wang Yao from the bottom of his heart. In fact, his father-in-law's leg movements were very subtle. If one didn't look carefully, they wouldn't be able to tell. However, Chen Buiyuan was also a person who had studied medicine. Naturally, he knew the reason behind these subtle changes. Now that there was such a subtle change, it wouldn't be long before there would be more amazing result. This medicine is really useful. Yes, Chen Buiyuan replied. The price of this medicine was not cheap. A dose of this medicine cost more than 1 million yuan. Not every family could afford it. But it's worth it. Hey, Dr. Wang's medical skills are really good. Of course. Some of the dignitaries in Jing want him to be their private healthcare doctor, Chen Buiyuan said. Did he agree? Look at him. Do you think he would agree? He knew Wang Yao had an unusual resistance to Jing, but he did not know the reason. It's a pity that such superb medical skills are holed up in such a small mountain. It's okay. Even in the mountain village, there will be a lot of patients, Chen Buiyuan said. Judging from the few times he had been there were already patients there. Based on his understanding of Wang Yao's medical skills, there would only be more and more patients because Wang Yao's reputation would gradually spread. Not everyone in the mountain village could cure the disease as quickly as Wang Yao's medicine. Wang Yao woke up early in the morning and went down the hill. Mom, I'm going to hike today. I won't be back for lunch. He was going to hike today to meet Secretary Yang and ask about Wang Mingbao's father. Okay, be careful on the road. He drove to hike and went to a big shopping mall to buy some tonics such as donkey hide gelatin. Then, he went directly to the place where Yang Haichuan's mother lived. Hello, Auntie. Hey, Dr. Wang. Come in. The old woman was very happy when she saw Wang Yao. She hurriedly invited him into the house. Then, she asked the housekeeper to bring tea and fruit. They were so enthusiastic. What brings you here? The old man asked with a smile. I came to see you. Actually, I have something to trouble you with, or rather, Secretary Yang. After thinking for a while, Wang Yao directly brought out the purpose of his visit without beating around the bush. Okay, I'll give him a call. Hey, Auntie. The old man then made a call. Okay, she's waiting for you at home. She hung up after saying a few words. He's free at noon, but he'll only be back in the morning, the old man said. All right, I'll wait for him. There was still more than an hour before noon. Wang Yao chatted with the old woman for a while, and then gave her a follow-up examination. He confirmed that the old woman's body was recovering well, and that it would not take long for her to recover. You're about to recover. Really? I feel that my body has been very good recently. I'm much more energetic. I even went out for a walk these days. I climbed mountains and looked at the sea. It's so comfortable, the old woman said with a smile. In the past, these things were simply impossible for her. She was very afraid of the cold and wind. Even in midsummer, she could not stay outside for too long, let alone go out for sightseeing. But now, she could go to the places she wanted to go and wander around. From the conversation, it could be seen that she was very happy. At noon, Yang Haichuan returned home. Hello, Secretary Yang. Welcome to our home, Dr. Wang, Yang Haichuan said with a smile. After he heard that Dr. Wang had something to trouble him with, his first reaction was to be very happy. It was a good thing to have a favor to ask. His mother's illness still needed Wang Yao's help. No one could guarantee that they would be free of illness for the rest of their lives. It was a good thing to know a skilled doctor, whether it was for his family or for himself. He invited Wang Yao to his study. What is it? Please tell me. Then, Wang Yao told him about Wang Mingbao's father. Is that so? Yang Haichuan was stunned. He did not expect that Wang Yao would come to him for his friend's father. I see. He agreed to it immediately. It was just a secretary of a town. It was not an official position in a department with real power in the city. It might take some effort. Wang Yao only needed to say a few words. Thank you. You're welcome. At noon, Wang Yao was asked to stay for lunch, although he was very unwilling. The atmosphere during the meal was quite good. Yang Haichuan was very approachable. If Wang Yao did not know his identity in advance, he would only think that he was a very cultured and successful person. That was all. After lunch, Wang Yao chatted with them for a while. Then, he left. He knew that these people generally had the habit of taking a lunch break. Haichuan, why did Dr. Wang come to see you? After Wang Yao left, the old woman asked her son. It's a small matter, Yang Haichuan replied with a smile. A small matter? Yes, Mom. Don't think too much. He came to me for this matter. It's the right thing to come to me, Yang Haichuan said. Then, you have to help him. Of course, Yang Haichuan replied. As for Wang Wenfeng, he had a certain understanding of him. Wang Wenfeng used to be a soldier. He was courageous and responsible. Moreover, during his time as the mayor, he had a very good reputation. Otherwise, if Wang Wenfeng was an incompetent and irresponsible cadre, even if Wang Yao saved his mother's life, he would think twice about this matter. As an official in his position, he would consider some things more carefully. Regarding this matter, he would help. After coming out of Secretary Yang's mother's house, Wang Yao was not in a hurry to leave. Instead, he went to the seaside and strolled around. He wanted to buy some fresh seafood, but he did not know where to go. So, he called Wei Hai. What? Buy seafood? Are you kidding? Where are you? Wait for me. The other party asked where Wang Yao was and rushed over in less than half an hour. Are you at home? Yes, let's go. Come to my house. Another day. How can that be? I've already prepared everything. He was dragged to Wei Hai's house by Wei Hai. There, he saw his two lovely children and his beautiful wife. Hello, Dr. Wang. Hello, sister-in-law. Hello, uncle. The two children were very well behaved. Hello. Come, have a seat. Wei Hai sat down and chatted with Wang Yao. His wife was busy serving fruits and tea. Why did you suddenly come to hike today? I had something to do. I've already finished it. I suddenly wanted to buy some seafood to bring back, but I don't know where to buy it, so I called you. What kind of seafood do you want? I just want to buy some fish and shrimps, something fresh. In fact, this was what Wang Yao's mother, Zhang Xiuying, had asked him to do before he left home. Don't go anywhere. Just wait here. What do I do for a living? If you want to eat something, you can just make a phone call. Do you still need to buy it? Wei Hai immediately made a phone call. He was engaged in the wholesale and breeding of seafood. In the past few years, the scale of his company had been getting bigger and bigger. It was one of the top enterprises in the field of seafood breeding, wholesale, and processing in Hai. The company's profits were very good. In this way, Wang Yao was drinking tea and eating fruits at his home. After a while, someone drove a truck over. There were baskets of fresh seafood in the truck. There were more than 20 kinds of seafood, such as shrimps, scallops, sea cucumbers, and so on. What is this? Wang Yao was stunned by what he saw. What do you like to eat? Do you want me to arrange someone to send it to your home? Just this truck? Wei Hai asked. No, I don't need so much, Wang Yao hurriedly said. What a joke. When would he finish eating all the seafood in the truck? Wang Yao picked a few and packed them. These are enough. So little? I just want to buy some for my grandmother to try. Okay, you can go back. The truck carrying the seafood left as quickly as it came. After that, Wei Hai gave Wang Yao the address of his company and the stores under its jurisdiction. You can just take these places if you want to eat. Wei Hai had forgotten about this before. The key was that Wang Yao had never revealed his idea of eating seafood. Okay, I'll take it. Thank you. Hey, you don't have to be so polite with me, Wei Hai said with a smile. When Wang Yao left Wei Hai's home, it was already past 4 p.m. When he arrived home, it was almost 6 p.m. Why did you come back so late? I met a friend. This is the seafood he sent me. Wang Yao took out a big bag of fresh seafood. Wow, why are there so many? Hey, he directly sent a truck full of seafood and asked me to choose. He also wants to send it to our home, Wang Yao said with a smile. You're bragging. Zhang Xiuying rolled her eyes at her son. She did not believe this. Not only her, but also other people would not believe it. After all, this matter did not sound reliable. If Wang Yao had not experienced it himself, he would not have believed it. It's true, Wang Yao said. Okay, go into the house and rest. Leave this to me. I'll give you a hand. Your sister will come back later, Zhang Xiuying said. It's the weekend again. Wang Yao realized that another week had passed. Go back to the house. Wang Yao originally wanted to help, but he was driven out of the kitchen by his mother. Be careful. Some of the shells are quite sharp. Don't cut your hands. Okay. Wang Yao returned to the room. As soon as he entered the house, Wang Ru came from outside. Dad, Mom, I'm back, Wang Ru said. What are you busy with, Mom? Wow, there's so much seafood. Who bought it? Your brother. Take a rest. He'll come and help later. Okay. Wang Ru went to the kitchen to help. Soon, a sumptuous seafood feast was ready. The whole family gathered together happily, chatting and laughing as they spent the weekend together. It was not until 9 p.m. that Wang Yao left home to go up the mountain. It was very quiet on the mountain. Wang Yao walked around the herbal field and found that the seeds of the 2 licorice roots that he had just planted had already sprouted and sprouted. There was no doubt that there would be more and more licorice roots here. Because of the spirit gathering array, the spirit herbs here were able to grow. At the same time, these spirit herbs would also release qi that was different from those ordinary herbs and trees. This was equivalent to feeding back to the spirit gathering array. This was a relationship that complemented each other. This place would eventually become a unique place in the world. Wang Yao suddenly had such an idea. The mountain was quiet at night. The light was hanging in the dark, a little dim. Wang Yao was still reading the medical book under the light. This was his habit every night. Internal breath. Genuine qi? In the past few days, he had been thinking about the unique neishi in his body, which was produced by the Daoying technique in the natural classic. According to the records in the natural classics, neishi appeared when people practiced to a certain level. It was the essence of heaven and earth and the pneuma in the body. It could make the whole body's qi and blood flow smooth and prevent all kinds of diseases. Externally, it could be hard or soft, yin or yang, hurt people or save people. It had all kinds of wonderful uses. It was something that countless people who practiced martial arts and practiced Taoism dreamed of but could not get. It was a realm that could not be reached. How can I apply this internal breath to the treatment of diseases? Over the past few days, Wang Yao had been thinking about this problem and had some ideas. Chapter 338. He had an idea. The next thing to do was to test it on a patient. Well, he had to give it a try. Late at night, the lights on the mountain went out. There was silence. Just after Wang Yao fell asleep, a lot of clouds suddenly gathered over the mountain. They covered the starry sky that was originally high and then slowed down. The shapes and colors could not be seen. In fact, no one would see it because it was late at night. Then, the wind on the mountain was not strong. The leaves rustled. Wang Yao turned over in bed. Rumble. There was a faint sound of wind and thunder in the sky. However, even with Wang Yao's keen perception, he did not notice it. It was not because he was sleeping too soundly. Rumble. This time, it came from the mountain. It seemed to be shaking. What's going on? Wang Yao woke up all of a sudden. He got out of bed, put on his clothes, and rushed out of the hut to look outside. In the medicinal field, the herbs stood there quietly. The trees were also quiet, like guards. The dog ran out of its kennel, but it didn't bark. The goshawk flapped its wings a few times on top of the tree. Nothing happened? Looking at the reaction of the two guys, Wang Yao knew it should be fine. If there was really something, they would have sounded the alarm immediately. Was the feeling just now an illusion? He clearly heard a sound, as if the mountain was shaking. Forget it. It's fine as long as nothing happened. Wang Yao was about to go back to the hut to sleep. He suddenly stopped after taking 2 steps. No. He looked up at the sky. The starry sky was high and he could clearly see the bright stars. It seemed that there was no difference from the past. This sky was not right. Wang Yao saw the difference in the sky above his head at a glance. He had been observing the sky on the mountain all day. The sky tonight, how to describe it, felt higher and had a kind of ethereal feeling. The wind around him was faintly discernible. When it blew on his body, it made him feel more comfortable and his breathing smoother. The world had changed again without him noticing. What's going on? Wang Yao was very surprised. The spirit-gathering formation had changed once again. This change had already happened once before, and that time it was because of the pool in the middle of the formation. The formation of the pool meant that the entire formation had been completed, and the heaven and earth were able to sense each other. If that change was a normal reaction, then what was the reason for this change? Wang Yao did not know. After all, he only had a rudimentary understanding of array formations and did not dabble in them deeply. In any case, this was a good thing. It was night time. If it had happened during the day, looking at the mountain from afar would have made a shocking discovery. Suddenly, the mountain was not surrounded by fog. Then, the fog disappeared in a short period of time. Then, there was fog again, but it was only faintly discernible. Unfortunately, no one discovered such a rare sight. The next morning, the sun was shining brightly in the sky. Woof, woof, woof. San Xian was patrolling his territory. After this night's change, he clearly felt the changes around him. However, he was not as happy as before. He seemed to be used to it. The goshawk had already flown far away. It was the overlord of the sky. The scope of its patrol was larger. Perhaps it could fly hundreds of miles. Wang Yao was practicing on the mountain as usual. He was becoming more and more skillful in controlling his nashi. This was also the result of practicing for a long time. He was practicing boxing, practicing nashi, and practicing both internal and external. "You stupid dog, you don't recognize me again." Wang Ru stared, but she could not do anything to the dog in front of her, which was as big as a calf. She was even faintly afraid of it. This dog was too big. She had not seen it for a few days. Why did she feel that the dog seemed to have grown a little? It was bigger than a Tibetan Mastiff. The dog seemed to be quite prejudiced against her. It did not allow her to enter the herbal field. "What's going on?" Wang Yao came down from the mountain and saw this scene. "Take good care of your stupid dog," Wang Ru said. "I've been here many times, but it still doesn't recognize me." "Woof, woof, woof." The dog bared its teeth. "That's enough, San Xian." Wang Yao smiled and patted the dog. "What are you doing here again?" Wang Yao asked. "Hey, did you plant the grapes at home?" "Yes." "Delicious. It's really delicious. Do you have more?" "Yes, in the small courtyard of the clinic," Wang Yao said. "Okay, I'll take 2 bunches with me when I leave," Wang Ru said. After entering the herbal field, she began to wander around. Then, she took out her mobile phone and prepared to take photos. "Sister, don't take photos here." Wang Yao stopped her in time. "Why?" "Some of the herbs here are very valuable," Wang Yao said. "Oh." Wang Ru decisively put away her mobile phone. "Then, you have to be careful." "Of course." "So, you spend the night on the mountain every night?" Wang Ru asked. "That's just one of the reasons. In fact, except for my family, no one knows that I plant these precious herbs." In the past, even if Wang Mingbao came, he would not walk around carefully. Moreover, those licorice roots could not be seen as different if one did not look carefully. "Sister, what's the matter?" "Nothing. I just want to look around. Hey, I always feel that there is something different about this mountain. The sky is bluer, the air is fresher, and you feel more comfortable, right?" "Yes," Wang Ru said. That was her feeling. "That's right," Wang Yao replied with a smile. "Look at these trees and herbs. They are constantly transforming this place," Wang Yao said. "The water in your pool is so clear. Is there a spring under it?" "Yes." Wang Ru stayed on the mountain for more than an hour. She was chattering like a sparrow. "Sigh, I don't know when she can get married with such a character." Wang Yao was worried about his sister. In the afternoon, an unexpected visitor came to the mountain village. It was Wei Hai. "What? The professor I told you about last time, Professor Su, is in Beijing." That was the reason why Wei Hai came here. Professor Su had called him, not for him, but for his wife. Wei Hai had promised Professor Su that he would recommend Wang Yao, who had cured his disease, to Professor Su when Wei Hai's brother-in-law was treated. "How is it?" Wei Hai asked softly. "Is he in Hike?" "Yes. To be exact, he is in Hike People's Hospital." "He wants to see you very much," Wei Hai said. "If you don't want to see him, I'll help you." "Okay, I'll see him tomorrow morning," Wang Yao said. "Okay, I'll tell him. Thank you." "Ha." Wang Yao just smiled. If Wei Hai had not come, he would not have wanted to see Professor Su. Professor Su was not important. In Hike People's Hospital. "This surgery is all thanks to you, Professor Su," Wang Yao said. "You're welcome," Professor Su said. The hospital had just performed an operation. The technical difficulty of the operation was very high. According to the standard of the hospital, it was impossible for the hospital to perform such an operation. Fortunately, they had specially invited Professor Su, a very famous expert in this field, from Beijing. Therefore, the operation was successfully performed. This was a rare progress for them. After all, their medical staff had also participated in the operation. "Professor Su, we would like to ask you to share your experience in clinical surgery. Can you explain it to us?" "Well," Professor Su said. "Ring. Buzz." Sorry, I have to go out and take a call, Professor Su said. Professor Su went out. What? He agreed? Good, that's great. Tomorrow, no problem. Professor Su said happily. Professor Su, what do you think of this lecture? Although he was a deputy director, he was not as good as Su Changhe, who was a famous expert in the industry. Even in a place like the capital, Su Changhe was quite famous. Every day, many people wanted to see him for treatment. Su Changhe was quite a famous doctor. Every day, many people wanted to see him for treatment. Ah, what time? Do you think tomorrow morning is suitable? Tomorrow morning, no, I have to see a friend, Su Changhe said decisively. It was not easy for that person to agree to his request. He could not miss this opportunity. As for these lectures, in his opinion, they were purely empty. Even if he spoke about his own experiences for 3 days and 3 nights, it would not have much of an effect. Medical skills, especially clinical medicine, could only be learned through practice, thinking, and diligent summarizing. Of course, listening to some advanced lectures and coming into contact with some advanced knowledge was also necessary, but it was not the most important thing. What time do you think is suitable? Let's talk about this later. This was a refusal. In fact, another reason why Su Changhe could come this time was to take this opportunity to see the expert he had been wanting to visit during this period. Oh, okay. Hearing this, the deputy director did not say anything more. After all, he could not offend such a person. The hospital did not know when they would need his help. There will be opportunities in the future. Professor Su was also a sensible person. Looking at the deputy director's expression, he left this sentence. Okay. The short meeting was over. Hey, Director Fu, can I trouble you with something? Go ahead, the director hurriedly said. I want to go to a county in hike tomorrow. Can you help me arrange a car? Su Changhe had originally made an appointment with Wei Hai. There was a place to pick him up, but after thinking about it, he felt it was not convenient. It was better to call a car. No problem, Director Fu immediately said. This was a piece of cake. Thank you. You are too polite. In the afternoon, Wang Yao did not go to Nanshan Hill. He also did not go to the clinic. Instead, he stayed at home. The family stayed together to play poker. Wang Yao and his mother were in a group, while Wang Ru and his father were in a group. As a result, Wang Yao's group won more than they lost. The whole family was laughing and joking happily. When it was close to evening, Wang Mingbao came again. Thank you. This was the first sentence he said when he saw Wang Yao. Any news? Basically, it's settled. Don't they rest on the weekend? Wang Yao asked with a smile. Haha. Wang Mingbao smiled. Is it the big Buddha you are looking for? Yes. Don't say anything, Wang Mingbao said. This promotion was very important to his father. It gave him hope to go further. We are brothers. It's my duty. Wang Yao now had some resources. With his medical skills, these resources would not produce any value even if they were left idle. It was better to help his friends and family. Are you free tomorrow? Tomorrow I have to meet a friend, Wang Yao said. How about another day? Let's get together again? Okay. The next morning, Su Changhe first found Wei Hai and asked him to lead the way to see Wang Yao. Hey, you can take my car, Dr. Su. Well, okay. To tell you the truth, Dr. Wang doesn't like strangers to suddenly visit him. It's really not easy for you to go this time, Wei Hai said. I feel it's more difficult than when I went to see you in Jing. This comparison was quite appropriate. Thank you, Su Changhe said with a smile. The car drove into the mountain road in the mountain village. The road was still being widened, so it was not easy to drive. Dr. Wang is in the mountain village. Yes, in the mountain village. I didn't expect that, Su Changhe said. He originally thought Dr. Wang would be a doctor in a hospital. He did not expect Dr. Wang to be in the mountain village, especially in such a mountain village that did not have convenient transportation. There are many things that will surprise you later. The car entered the mountain village. There was a road leading to the north and a river dividing the east and west. At the south end of the village, Su Changhe saw a house with white walls and black tiles. It was very exquisite. It's a very beautiful house. It's even more beautiful inside. Let's go. This is his clinic. Clinic? Su Changhe was stunned. He did not know how many years he had not heard this old and familiar name. Yes. Chapter 339. Creak. The wooden door was pushed open. The delicate decoration in the small courtyard really surprised Su Changhe. It was very beautiful. It could be said that he had never seen such a delicate courtyard. The flowers and seedlings were arranged in picturesque disorder. Even the air in the small courtyard seemed to be fresher. Dr. Wang, Wei Hai called softly. A moment later, Su Changhe saw the person he had been wanting to see for months. It was a young man who surprised him. He was wearing a simple t-shirt and sweatpants. He looked like he was only 25 or 26 years old. His eyes were particularly clear. This is Su Changhe from Jing City, Dr. Su. Hello. Hello, I've been wanting to visit you for a long time. Su Changhe put aside his surprise and smiled. Welcome, please come in. The decoration in the room was very simple. There was a sofa, a table, a chair, and a bookcase. There was a pot of tea and a few bunches of grape. Please have some tea. Thank you. Good tea. After taking a sip, Su Changhe exclaimed. He was also a tea lover. As an expert with superb medical skills, it was impossible for him not to receive gift. Therefore, he had received a lot of good tea, but it was the first time for him to drink such tea. Excellent. This tea was grown by Dr. Wang himself. Wei Hai said. The tea had a very unique taste. He had drunk it several times. He could taste it at once. The grapes were also grown by himself. Try it. Okay. Su Changhe's eyes lit up again. Delicious. It was the simplest and most honest comment. After drinking the tea and eating the grapes, Su Changhe didn't know how to express his intention of coming here. He originally wanted to see, ask, and communicate with Wang Yao. However, Wang Yao was so young. In the end, he simply asked directly, how did Dr. Wang cure Mr. Wei's strange disease? By killing poisonous insects and consolidating the corporeity, Wang Yao said with a smile. These were the central principles of Wang Yao and his treatment. All the treatment processes and medicines were carried out around these two aspects. It sounded very simple, but the whole treatment process was complicated and long. As a doctor, Su Changhe was able to guess it. Dr. Wang studied Chinese medicine? Yes, to be precise, I'm a pharmacist. Pharmacist? Su Changhe was stunned. He couldn't remember when was the last time he heard this ancient title. It's the ancient title of a pharmacist and a physician. Great pharmacist is good at curing all kinds of illnesses. Wang Yao smiled and nodded. Su Changhe sighed with emotion. He thought that this title had disappeared in the long river of history, just like the decline of traditional Chinese medicine. He did not expect to hear it again from such a young man in this small mountain village. He was very happy. This was hope. May I know which aspect of treatment pharmacist Wang is good at? Su Changhe immediately changed his words. This was the first time Wang Yao had heard someone call him pharmacist. It sounded a bit tongue-twisting, but there was an inexplicable joy in his heart. I'm good at using medicine and massage. Su Changhe was slightly stunned. He wanted to ask which category Wang Yao was good at, such as cardiology or brain surgery. However, Wang Yao's answer was the treatment method he was good at. Oh. Su Changhe nodded. Although he studied Western medicine, he also dabbled in Chinese medicine. Therefore, he could communicate with Wang Yao a little. During the communication, he found that this young man had knowledge that did not match his age. The medical knowledge that Wang Yao knew benefited him a lot. He even felt that he was enlightened. Wang Yao had also learned something from it. I benefited a lot from talking with pharmacist Wang this time. Su Changhe sighed. I also learned a lot from Dr. Su, Wang Yao said. After the conversation, they both regretted that they had not met earlier. Wang Yao also felt this feeling when he talked with Sang Guzi in Sangzhou. Confidant. Yes, that was the word. Have you ever thought about leaving here and going to other places? Su Changhe asked. He increasingly felt that it was a waste for Wang Yao to open such a medical center in this place with his knowledge and experience. I don't plan to do that for the time being, Wang Yao said with a smile. Ah, it's a pity that you are here. Su Changhe sighed. I think it's good. Wang Yao liked his current life very much. It could even be said that he enjoyed it a little. He did not like Su Changhe's life where he was either busy in the hospital or went to other hospitals to communicate or help people. Stay for lunch at noon? Okay. Su Changhe readily agreed. Wang Yao did not choose to eat at home. Instead, he chose to eat in the hotel next to the village. He also chose some very special dishes, most of which were mountain delicacies. Su Changhe could also eat such dishes when he was in Jing City. However, those dishes might not be as authentic as the ones here. In fact, some chefs in big hotels might not be as good as those in small restaurants when cooking some dishes. Well, it tastes good. Su Changhe praised more than once during the meal. Haha, it's all from the mountain. It's expensive because it's natural. Others did not dare to say whether the food was good or not. However, Wang Yao could taste it immediately. After all, after these days of practice, his body was now far beyond that of ordinary people. His 5 senses were even more extraordinary. Not only his vision and hearing, but also his sense of taste was many times sharper than before. He could tell whether the food was natural or artificially cultivated as soon as he tasted it. This time, the boss was quite authentic. The dishes were basically all wild game from the mountain. Dr. Su, when are you going to return to Jing City? Tomorrow. So soon. To be honest, I came to Hike City this time specifically to see you, Su Changhe said. Otherwise, he might not have been willing to come with the invitation of Hike People's Hospital. Really? Well, I've seen Mr. Wei's illness and spent a period of time researching it. I also tried to treat it, but it didn't work very well. However, it was cured by you. I'm very curious about this and want to meet you very much. After drinking a few glasses of wine and chatting in the clinic, the conversation between the two of them became more casual. I really didn't expect there to be such an expert like you in this mountain village. Moreover, you are so young. Haha, I'm flattered. Wang Yao waved his hand with a smile. Both the host and the guest enjoyed the meal very much. In the afternoon, Su Changhe left. Wang Yao only gave him 2 handfuls of chestnut flowers, which could be considered as a local specialty. Before leaving, Su Changhe also invited Wang Yao to visit Jing City when he was free. The two of them exchanged their contact information. After seeing Wei Hai and Su Changhe off, Wang Yao did not rush to go back to Nanshan Hill. Instead, he went home. Do you have a guest? Yes, the person from Jing City has already left. Wang Yao drank a mouthful of water. Did he ask you to see a doctor again? No, Wang Yao said. I just came to see him. Wang Yao had to go to the county town in the afternoon to send his sister back. It was already Monday. Wang Yao stayed at home for one more day. Sister, you are so capricious at work. Why? Can't I? No. How can a person like you be promoted? It is really unreasonable. Wang Ru was now a section chief. However, the bureau still wanted to promote her, which made Wang Yao very surprised. It should be known that his sister did not have any connections or background. It was very rare for her to be a section chief. In the domestic officialdom, It was very difficult to be promoted by relying on one's own ability without finding a backer. I also feel that it is quite strange. Do you think there is any conspiracy? Well, you have to be more careful. If there is really something, tell me in time. Okay. When the two of them arrived in Lianshan County, Wei Hai and Su Changhe had not yet arrived in Hai. Su Changhe had some trouble on the way. Wei Hai had some personal matters to deal with on the way. He took Su Changhe to see the recently built seaside villas in Hai. Professor Su wants to buy one? Yes, I do have such an idea, Su Changhe said. Because Haik was close to the sea and the airport had been built recently, the transportation from Jing City to Haik was very convenient. Therefore, many people in Jing City bought houses in Haik. They did not live in Haik on weekdays. They only came back to live for a while in summer or during holidays. Compared with Jing City, the environment in Haik was very good. The sky was bluer and there was no haze. Chapter 340. I plan to buy a villa in Haik, Su Changhe said. Well, the environment in Haik is not bad. It's suitable for a vacation, Wei Hai said with a smile. Later, he took Su Changhe to several relatively good high-end residential areas. In recent years, in order to attract talents to Haik City, non-local people with academic qualifications and skills were given a discount to buy a house in Haik City. Su Changhe, an expert in the medical field, was definitely one of them. Ah, the houses here are so cheap. Su Changhe sighed after asking about the price. Of course, this was compared to the vacation in Beijing. A pigeon house in Beijing could buy a house of more than 100 square meters in height. Su Changhe walked around several places nearby and chose 2 houses. Then, Wei Hai took him to the relevant departments in Haik to ask about the policies. A talent like him indeed had a certain degree of discount to buy a house in Haik. If he could settle down here or have a working phone number, the discount would be even greater. In fact, if Su Changhe said he was willing to come to Haik, it was estimated that the People's Hospital would give him a house for free. Thank you. Su Changhe was very grateful. You're welcome. Wei Hai smiled. In order to express his gratitude, Su Changhe wanted to invite Wei Hai to have a meal together, but he was rejected. By the way, what does pharmacist Wang like to do? Him? Wei Hai thought for a while. Well, he likes things related to medicine, such as medical books, medicine cabinets, and so on. In addition, he almost spends most of his time in the mountain village and doesn't like to participate in events. He can be regarded as a semi-hermit. Ah, he likes tea. Tea. Yes. I see. Thank you. Wei Hai sent Su Changhe back to the hotel where he lived and then left. In the evening, Wang Yao was having dinner at home when he received an urgent call from Li Maoshuang. What's wrong? Can you make a house call? The tone was very urgent. Obviously, there was a problem. Who is it? My father. Okay. I'll pick you up. No need, I'll drive over. Wang Yao then drove to Lianshan County. Li Maoshuang's father was in Lianshan County People's Hospital. It was already evening when he felt it. What happened? Cerebral hemorrhage, Li Maoshuang said anxiously. His. Upon hearing this disease, Wang Yao felt that it was a little troublesome. This disease could be treated, but it required a suitable medicine. The blood deblicking powder was very effective in treating this disease, but he didn't have such a medicine in his hands now. Where? The ward. Li Maoshuang used his connections to find a single ward. There were also Li Maoshuang's family members, his older sister and younger sister. An old man was lying on the bed. His body was very thin and he was currently in a coma. He was even hooked up to a drip. Nothing else could be seen, but the corners of his mouth were already a little crooked. How is Dad? Li Maoshuang asked softly. I just fell asleep. Dr. Wang, do you take a look? Let me take a look first. Wang Yao sat by the bed to feel the old man's pulse. Who is this? His older sister was puzzled. Dr. Wang, the one who saw that I had gastric problems. Li Maoshuang's voice was very soft, afraid to disturb Wang Yao. Him? His older sister almost said it out loud. Isn't he too young? The old man suddenly fainted at home. After they sent the old man to the hospital, before they finished the hospitalization procedures, she heard her brother calling someone. Then, she asked around and heard that he had invited a very good doctor to take a look at the old man. She didn't expect it to be this young man. How good could such a young person's medical skills be? How good could he be? Although they doubted it, the two sisters still didn't say it out loud. After all, the doctor had rushed over with good intentions. After feeling the pulse, Wang Yao said bluntly, "The situation is not optimistic." "Yes, that's what the doctor said," Li Maoshuang hurriedly said. Although the old man was still conscious, his body, especially the lower half of his body, could not move. This was not a good sign. "Can I have a try?" "Okay." Hearing that Wang Yao wanted to have a try, Li Maoshuang was naturally very happy. However, his older sister and younger sister had a different idea. They were more worried. After all, the old man's current situation was very dangerous. No matter how they looked at it, this young man didn't look like he had excellent medical skills. If he treated the old man, what if something went wrong? "Look, Maoshuang is now in the hospital. If we let Dr. Wang treat him, will it cause dissatisfaction with the hospital?" Li Maoshuang's older sister said in a very tactful way. "It's okay. You go out and watch. If the doctor comes, let me know in advance," Li Maoshuang said. He didn't understand his sister's idea and meaning. Well, sisters, I just want to give the old man a massage to relax." "There won't be a problem," Wang Yao said. "Okay, let's go out and watch." Li Maoshuang's older sister signaled her younger sister. The two of them went out. "Let's start, Dr. Wang," Li Maoshuang said somewhat impatiently. "Okay." Wang Yao moved his hands a little, and then began to gently press the acupuncture points on the old man's head. The old man was relatively thin, and had less muscles on his head. He ran his neishi and attached it to his hands. Then, it entered the patient's body in a unique way to stimulate his body, relax his muscles, and dredge his meridians. In fact, Wang Yao's neishi could be understood as the combination of his own essence and the essence of heaven and earth. It was a kind of unique energy. To put it in a more profound way, it was the magic of Taoism. In fact, the natural classics he practiced was a wonderful method of Taoism. Taoism was the most neutral and peaceful method to cultivate one's body and mind. Wang Yao was very careful because the old man's body was very weak. The amount of neishi he released was very weak. Well, the old man's closed eyes seemed to move a little. "Hey, what's wrong with Maoshuang?" Outside the ward, the two sisters were very anxious. "That's right. Why does he seem to be possessed? What kind of magic potion did Dr. Wang feed him?" The two of them actually had a lot of opinions about Wang Yao. He was so young, which made them suspicious. Moreover, he was so young and yet he was learning how to take people's pulse. What kind of joke was that? The doctor who took people's pulse was not in his 40s. They had never heard of using massage to treat cerebral thrombosis. Dad's condition is very dangerous. It's better not to make it worse. Isn't it? We have to think of a way. Well, let's call Maoshuang out alone later. We'll talk to him. We can't let Dr. Wang continue the treatment now. Hurry up and go in. Tell him that the doctor is here to check the ward. I'll call the doctor. Okay. In this way, the two sisters divided the work very clearly. The younger sister went to call the doctor, and the older sister went into the ward to find a way to stop Wang Yao from continuing the treatment. Creak. The door was gently pushed open. After Li Maoshuang's eldest sister came in, she found that Wang Yao was massaging her father lying on the bed in a very unique way. The key point was that he was massaging near the neck. What is this? Shoo! Li Maoshuang made a gesture to keep quiet. The old man's eyes slowly opened. Dad is awake. Li Maoshuang's eldest sister used this method to successfully stop Wang Yao from continuing the treatment. Dad, how do you feel? Well, I feel better after a short sleep. My head is not so dizzy. The old man's speech was slurred, probably because of the thrombosis. The medicine is working, Wang Yao said. While they were talking, Li Maoshuang's youngest sister came in with the doctor. Hey, uncle, you're fine. How do you feel? Better than before, the old man said. Let me take a look at you again. While speaking, the doctor began to examine the old man. In fact, the way he examined the old man was by stimulating different parts of the old man's body to see if there was any reaction. The result was the same as when he was first admitted to the hospital. There was no reaction in the lower body. Well, continue to give him the medicine. Okay, thank you, doctor. After the doctor left, Wang Yao checked the old man's pulse again. It's working. The massage just now was effective. In other words, the neishi he had injected into the old man's body in a special way was effective. It turned into the purest and most peaceful energy and constantly stimulated the old man's body, especially the blood vessels that were blocked by thrombosis. Although the amount was very small, the effect was obvious. Dr. Wang. Compared with the doctors in the hospital, Li Maoshuang obviously trusted Wang Yao more. Very good. I think the old man's body will improve after tonight, Wang Yao said with a smile. He found that the neishi he practiced was more useful than he had imagined, and it was more effective than ordinary drugs. I'll go out for a while, Wang Yao said. I'll go with you. Li Maoshuang followed him out. I just gave the old man a massage. I think his lower body will have a reaction in the second half of the night. Pay attention to let him move appropriately. Also, don't be sleepy. He can sleep for a short time, but it can't last too long. He needs to move more. Okay. Does he need to take medicine? Li Maoshuang asked. I'll come again tomorrow, Wang Yao said after thinking for a moment. Originally, he wanted to find a way to prepare another dose of blood deblocking powder. However, according to the pulse just now, it seemed that the massage had a very good effect. Therefore, he decided to come again tomorrow to see the old man's condition. When Wang Yao came out of the hospital, it was already dark. Have you eaten? Li Maoshuang asked. Do you want to have supper together? No, you should hurry back to the hospital. The old man needs to be taken care of. Wang Yao smiled and waved his hand. In order to rush over, he put down his chopsticks halfway through the meal at home. He was a little hungry now. Chapter 341. Okay, be careful on the road. I know. When Wang Yao drove home, it was already past 9 p.m. The lights at home were still on. His parents were still awake. Dad, Mom, you are still awake? Yes, how is your friend's father? Zhang Xiaoying asked. If there is no accident, there should be no big problem. The treatment is quite timely, Wang Yao said. That's good. I have to go to see him tomorrow morning. Okay, have you eaten? No, I can warm it up by myself. Wait, I still put it in the pot. Zhang Xiaoying went to serve her son as she spoke. Wang Yao had some food at home and let his parents relax properly before going up the hill. Why didn't the neishi have such a good effect at the beginning? Wang Yao had been thinking about this since he found that the neishi he practiced had a very good effect on the treatment of diseases. In fact, at the beginning, he used neishi to treat Zhou Wukong's arm. However, the effect was not good at that time. It was like going too far was as bad as not going far enough. Maybe it was because his control of neishi was not subtle enough, or maybe his neishi cultivation was not pure enough. He recorded the process and feelings of the treatment today. He found that using neishi to assist in the treatment of diseases could, on the one hand, treat patients, on the other hand, it could strengthen his own practice, which was the subtle control of neishi. This feeling was quite similar to the internal force treatment in wuxia novels. Transferring qi to save people was a thing that existed in legends. Ha! In the darkness of the night, Wang Yao suddenly laughed. Caw, caw. The birds in the forest were startled. That night, Wang Yao was in high spirits. He walked around the herbal field a few times. This time, he turned off the lights and went to sleep. The next morning, according to the hospital's regulations, the doctor on duty every morning had to make ward rounds. In a single ward, Li Maoshuang's eldest sister asked the old man who had just woken up after a short nap. "Dad, how do you feel?" "Quite good," the old man said. Just as they were talking, the doctor came in for a ward round. He asked a few questions and then asked the old man to try moving. His so-called moving was to let the old man think and see if there was any reaction in the lower half of his body. The doctor didn't find anything when he arrived, but the observant woman noticed that the old man's toes moved. It's moving," she said happily. "Where did you move?" the doctor asked hurriedly. "His toes are moving." "Move again." The old man tried to move his toes, and they did move, but they were very subtle. "Not bad, it's a good sign," the doctor said with a smile. When the old man was first admitted to the hospital, his condition was quite serious. He could not move his lower body. It was very rare for him to recover to this state in just one night. "Thank you, doctor." Big Sister hurriedly thanked him. "It's my pleasure." The doctor smiled and left. The improvement of the patient's condition was also good news for the doctor in charge of the treatment. It proved that his treatment method and medicine were effective. As soon as the doctor finished his ward round, Li Maoshuang rushed over. "Are you done with your ward rounds?" Wang Yao asked. "Just finished. Dad's toes can move." "Really?" Li Maoshuang was very happy to hear that. After the old man moved his toes again to make sure it was real, Wang Yao said with a smile, "Dr. Wang's medical skills are really amazing." In his opinion, the old man could recover to this state in such a short time. It must have something to do with the massage Wang Yao gave his father the day before. This is because the doctor in the hospital used the right medicine. "The treatment is good," the woman next to him said happily. "Dr. Wang has only been here for such a short time. What's the use of massage?" "Hey, don't underestimate that massage," Li Maoshuang said. "It's very effective." Okay, I won't argue with you. You stay here and watch. I'll go back and rest. Sis will be here soon." "Okay, go back and rest." When she went downstairs, she unexpectedly met Wang Yao, who came to visit the old man. "Sis, is the old man better?" Wang Yao asked with a smile. "Yes, he's much better. Thank you." The woman was just being polite. Now that Wang Yao was carrying a gift in his hand, it was obvious that he was here to visit the old man. She could only express her gratitude for his kindness. "You're welcome." After exchanging a few pleasantries, Wang Yao took the elevator and went upstairs. "Why are you here again?" The woman didn't know what to say. "Don't do anything else." Wang Yao went into the old man's room. Li Maoshuang was peeling an apple for the old man. "Uncle, are you feeling better?" "Much better." "Come, please take a seat. What did you bring?" Wang Yao put down the things and said a few words to the old man. He asked the old man how he felt. Looking at his complexion, Wang Yao didn't say much. He checked the old man's pulse. "Okay." Li Maoshuang agreed very quickly. The old man didn't refuse. It was still a massage. This time, the old man's intuition was much stronger than the last time. He could clearly feel that something went into his head from the young man's palm. It was neither warm nor cold. Anyway, it was very comfortable and slightly swollen. The process lasted for about half an hour. When the treatment was about to end, Li Maoshuang's sister hurried over. She called her sister this morning and heard that her father's condition had improved significantly. However, she just received a call from her sister saying that Dr. Wang, who came yesterday, was here again. She was afraid that he was treating her father. In order to prevent any accidents, she asked her sister to hurry over. Therefore, she put down her work and hurried to the hospital. However, she was still a step late. Dr. Wang had already started to treat the old man. She was very angry. The old man's condition had improved. What if something went wrong? She couldn't lose her temper in front of outsiders. She decided to wait until Wang Yao left to have a good talk with her second brother. After the massage, Wang Yao checked the old man's complexion. His face was a little ruddy. He then checked the old man's pulse. This time, it was not at the wrist but at the head. In fact, during the massage, he had a general understanding of the situation of the old man's head. Now, he just wanted to confirm it. It's fine. That's good. Thank you, Li Maoshuang said. His sister was angry when she saw her brother like this. It was obvious that the medicine in the hospital had taken effect. What did it have to do with him? It seems that it's not necessary to use my medicine. Let the old man recover first. Okay. Wang Yao stayed for nearly an hour. Then, he left. Li Maoshuang walked him all the way downstairs. Dad, do you have any bad feeling? As soon as Wang Yao left, Li Maoshuang's sister asked her father in the ward. She was not a 3-year-old child. She did not believe that massage alone could cure a disease like cerebral thrombosis. If it really worked, then they should just go to massage. Why open a hospital? Yes, I feel good. The young man's massage was very comfortable, the old man said with a smile. He did feel comfortable. His head felt relaxed. It was no longer as tense as when he was first admitted to the hospital. It was as if there was a curse on his head. Really? His daughter obviously still did not believe it. Or rather, she was worried. Why would I lie to you about this? The old man stared at her. Okay. As long as you feel comfortable. What do you want to eat? I want to drink some water. Your brother brought me some porridge this morning. I ate some. I don't feel hungry now. Okay, I'll help you up. Well, let the old man stay in the hospital for observation for a while. If there are any other problems, I'll come again, Wang Yao said to Li Maoshuang downstairs. He felt that the old man's problem should not be serious. The thrombosis in his head should be mostly unblocked. As long as he continued to take medicine in the hospital and underwent restorative exercise and treatment, he should be able to recover. Okay, thank you for this time. You're welcome. After leaving the hospital, Wang Yao drove straight home. Li Maoshuang turned and went upstairs. At noon, his elder sister and younger sister discussed for a long time. Then, they decided to talk to Li Maoshuang. What's the matter? Why is it so formal? Seeing his elder sister and younger sister's posture, Li Maoshuang was stunned. I want to talk to you about something serious. Go ahead. I'm listening, Li Maoshuang said with a smile. He was in a good mood because his father was recovering well. It's about Dr. Wang, his elder sister said. Dr. Wang. What's wrong with him? Does he really know how to treat patients? Are you kidding? Of course. Li Maoshuang said. Oh, I know. You are afraid that he is a liar, right? Li Maoshuang was not stupid. He understood from his elder sister's words. His elder sister and younger sister were anxious to talk to him because of Wang Yao. They were afraid that he would be deceived. Ha! He shook his head with a smile. He really knows how to treat patients, and his medical skills are quite superb. He's pretty good. At his age, he's not even 30 yet. Even if he started learning medical skills in his mother's womb, how good can he be? Which hospital is he working in now? Don't talk nonsense, vented his anger all of a sudden. Li Maoshuang was stunned by the question. He doesn't work in a hospital. You see. Sis, I know you don't trust him, just like when I first met him. I want to tell you that there are geniuses in this world. Dr. Wang is one. Hey, I think you have been brainwashed by him. You don't know. Forget it. Originally, Li Maoshuang wanted to tell them that Wang Yao had gone to Beijing. Looking at his elder sister and younger sister's current situation, they would not believe him even if he told them. Anyway, Dad's condition is recovering well now. I don't think Dr. Wang needs to come over to see Dad, his elder sister said. Yes, I think so too. Okay, then don't bother him, Li Maoshuang said. Chapter 342. Fortunately, Wang Yao didn't hear this. Otherwise, how can I face him in the future? Li Maoshuang also secretly rejoiced. In fact, he didn't blame his sisters. Their intentions were good. They were all thinking about their father's health. Moreover, Wang Yao's age was too deceptive. Most people wouldn't believe that such a young person was a medical expert. I know what to do. The two sisters were relieved when they heard Li Maoshuang's promise. After leaving the hospital, Wang Yao was not in a hurry to go back. Instead, he drove to Wang Mingbao's place. He hadn't been there for a while. When he entered Wang Mingbao's shop and went up to the second floor, he happened to see a man who looked about 40 years old coming out of his office. His eyes were red. It seemed that he had just cried. He knocked on the door. Please come in. After opening the door, Wang Mingbao was writing something inside. He didn't even raise his head. Are you busy? Hey, why are you here? Come, sit down. Wang Mingbao smiled and got up to make tea and serve fruit. I just went to the hospital, so I dropped by to visit you. Went to the hospital to see a patient. Yes, Li Maoshuang's father is sick. I'm going to see him. Is that so? When did it happen? Yesterday afternoon. Cerebral thrombosis. Is it serious? Wang Mingbao poured him a glass of water. It's better now. I'll go see the old man another day. They were already good friends. Since he knew about it, he had to go and see him. It was a matter of friendship. What's wrong with the man who just came out of your office? Did you criticize him? No, his son is sick and needs money urgently. He came to me for 3 months' salary in advance. Wang Mingbao smiled and said, I'm touched. Okay. What's the illness? Wang Yao's subconscious reaction was to ask about the illness. I didn't ask in detail. I'm going to G City, Wang Mingbao said. Why? Do you want to take a look? Forget it. Wang Yao smiled and shook his head. Even if they met by chance, the other party might not be willing to believe him. Don't go back at noon. Why don't I treat you to a meal here? Sure. Wang Yao made a phone call to his family to inform them of the situation. At noon, he stayed in Lianshan County with Tian Yuantu. Wei Hai was in hike and couldn't make it. Li Maoshuang was still in the hospital with his father. Zhou Xiong and his son also went to hike. He took his son to see the sea. During the meal, Tian Yuantu seemed to have something on his mind. Brother Tian, is there something on your mind? Wang Yao said. I'm fine, Tian Yuantu said with a smile. This was not the first time Wang Yao saw Tian Yuantu like this. Just let me know if you need help. Okay, Tian Yuantu responded. This meal was not as carefree as before. Although Tian Yuantu was talking and laughing, Wang Yao could obviously feel that he had something on his mind. Wang Mingbao could also feel it. After the meal, Wang Yao went to Wang Mingbao's place to sit for a while. Brother Tian, do you have something on your mind? Well, I think so too, but he won't say. Well, his character is actually quite strong. Wang Mingbao lit a cigarette and refilled Wang Yao's water. You can drink more tea but smoke less, Wang Yao said with a smile. He could hear that Wang Mingbao's throat was a little hoarse from the fever. There was some noise between his breathing. This was some lung disease, but it was not serious. Well, I've been smoking a little too much recently. Wang Mingbao smiled embarrassedly. Let me take a look. What? Wang Yao said as he reached out his hand. What? Wang Mingbao was a little stunned. Wang Yao's hand had already pressed on his chest. He only felt a heat coming from his palm, then penetrating his skin and continuing to go deeper. Wang Yao's palm was moving, either pressing, poking, or rubbing. First it was warm, then it was cool. Wang Mingbao actually felt two very different feelings, but no matter which feeling it was, his chest was very comfortable. Even the slight discomfort from before disappeared without a trace. How do you feel? You're amazing, my brother! Wang Mingbao exclaimed. What is this internal strength? Kind of, Wang Yao said with a smile. Really? You've practiced internal strength? Wang Mingbao was surprised. He had only seen this kind of thing in novels and movies. Wang Yao smiled. Let's talk about you. Don't tell me you also have something troubling you? No, there's something good, Wang Mingbao said with a smile. Something good? Yes, brother, I like a girl. She's very beautiful. Wang Mingbao blinked. Really? That's a good thing, Wang Yao said with a smile. Wang Mingbao was the same age as him, 27 years old this year. It was the age to talk about marriage. However, Wang Mingbao was more capable than him. He looked very manly, had his own career, came back to work, and had a good family. He had a father who was about to become the town secretary. Wang Mingbao's wife was 1 in 100. When is your wedding banquet? I haven't told my mother yet, Wang Mingbao said. By the way, she'll be back soon. Let's have dinner together tonight? You two have dinner together. I'll be the third wheel. By the way, why didn't you ask her to come at noon? She's not free at noon. There are guests at home, Wang Mingbao said. Okay, I'll go first. Okay. Wang Mingbao walked Wang Yao downstairs. As they were talking, a woman walked over from not far away. Her slim jeans accentuated her long and slender legs. She was wearing a simple light gray blouse. She had long hair and fair skin. She was wearing a pair of sunglasses. Wang Mingbao couldn't see her face clearly. However, judging from her graceful figure, she must be pretty. Ching ching. Wang Mingbao waved at the woman from afar. She's here. You mean her? Yes. Wang Yao didn't look at the woman carefully at first. However, after hearing Wang Mingbao's words, he looked at her more carefully. He frowned slightly. After a while, the woman came in front of him, bringing with her a fragrance. Let me introduce you. This is Wang Yao, my brother. Call him brother. This is Shen Qingqing. Brother. Shen Qingqing took off her sunglasses and greeted him with a smile. Her voice was very clear. At this time, Wang Yao finally saw her face clearly. She had long eyebrows, bright eyes, and white teeth. She was very beautiful. She was 1 in 100. I'll go back first. Okay, drive safe. Wang Mingbao and Shen Qingqing watched Wang Yao drive away. Then, they went into Wang Mingbao's restaurant. Who is he? He's from the same village as me. Brother. We grew up together. Oh, do you do business too? No, at home. Wang Mingbao rarely mentioned his brother in front of outsiders. What do you want to eat tonight? Well, I want to eat boiled fish. No problem. There was a problem. In the car, Wang Yao was still thinking about the woman named Shen Qingqing. The woman's complexion was not right. Although she looked radiant, it was caused by external factors. It was not her own complexion. Not long ago, her body had a big deficit. A woman's body had a deficit? Also her eyes? Wang Yao had learned the 4 methods of diagnosis: looking, listening, and asking. The last method, looking, focused on observing a person's complexion. In fact, there was also some metaphysics in it. It was also similar to physiognomy. Therefore, he also knew how to observe people. Shen Qingqing's eyes were radiant, but they were filled with love. As the saying went, eyes were like the autumn water. The autumn water was quiet and clear, but the spring water was rippling with love. It was reasonable for such a gaze to appear in a woman who was in love. However, Wang Yao still felt uneasy. After all, he and Wang Mingbao were close. They were not biological brothers, but they were closer than brothers. No, I have to talk to him tomorrow and ask again. Although Wang Mingbao had been in business for many years and was quite smart, It was easy for a person's IQ to drop to an extremely low level when they were in love. On the way back, Wang Yao saw an ambulance pass by in a hurry. It looked like it was in a hurry. Not long after he walked forward, he saw a group of people gathering at the road construction site. Hey, what's going on? Why is it so difficult to build a road? Who said it wasn't? First, one died. Now, another one is injured. This is strange. Is there a story behind this? Chapter 343. The villagers had always believed in feng shui. Now that the road had been damaged one after another, they thought more about it. Did the road really damage the feng shui and offend the god of earth? Would they be the next victim? Everyone was worried. The person who contracted this project was also frowning. Just these two people alone would cost him hundreds of thousands of yuan. He originally estimated that he would be able to make a profit from this project, but now it seemed that it would be good to lose less money. If the road had just started, he would have directly rejected this project. Now that the road was already half repaired, he had to bite the bullet and continue to repair it. When Wang Yao drove past the accident site, he found a car still lying on the side of the road. There were faint bloodstains on the ground. A group of people gathered there, talking and smoking. It was a bit strange. Wang Yao drove a little slower and looked around. The road was between two mountains. There was a river on the side of the road about 30 meters wide. There was no bad feng shui. He stopped for a while and then drove away. Somewhere in Lianshan County. Let's go back first. How can we do that? Your legs have just started to get better. I'll take you to have a look tomorrow. Chen Buiyuan was very happy because his father-in-law's condition had improved. He could feel and respond to his leg. It had only been a few days since his father-in-law took the medicine, and he could move a little. It was a pleasant surprise. However, he had just received a call asking him to go back to Beijing because he had something to deal with. He originally planned to stay in Lianshan County for 10 days. Well, let Xiaoya come. Okay, I'll let her know and see if she's free. In the mountain village. Your brother Jiqing is getting married tomorrow. Can you come with me? Okay, how's my aunt? She's still breathing. Zhang Xiuying sighed. I hope she can hold on. Nothing happened that night. The next day, Wang Yao took care of the herbal field. He was not in a hurry to go down the mountain. He went down at about 8:30 p.m. and drove his parents to his grandmother's place. Zhang Wenbao's wedding was held in the village. The Zhang family was a big surname in the village where Wang Yao's grandpa lived. More than 80% of the people in the village had the surname Zhang. Moreover, Wang Yao's grandpa's branch had a lot of people, so many people came. Weddings were meant to be festive and lively. Amidst the sounds of firecrackers and blessings, Zhang Wenbao's family temporarily forgot their pain, and a rare smile appeared on their faces. Outside, people were busy giving their blessings. Inside the house, the mother who was lying on the bed heard the sound of firecrackers outside. Knowing that her son was getting married, a smile appeared on her face as bright as the sun. They were married. He had grown up. As a mother, she had been waiting for this moment. It would be even better if she could hold her grandson in her arms. For a moment, she thought about many things. Just as he was about to fall asleep, his body suddenly quivered and he regained consciousness. I have to hold on a little longer. She kept encouraging herself. After the wedding, it was noon. The hotel they chose was in town. They had booked a bus, and it was not too far from the village. That daughter-in-law is very nice, Zhang Xiuying said with a smile. Yes, Wang Fenghua said. She was a kind-looking woman. Wang Yao could not help but think of Shun Qingqing, whom he had met in hike yesterday. The wedding was held and the guests were invited in the morning. By the time Wang Yao and his parents arrived home, it was already afternoon. In the afternoon, Wang Yao had to meet someone. Chen Buiyuan wanted to visit his father-in-law again. They arrived at around 2 p.m. The old man was in a wheelchair, so it took him some effort to enter the courtyard. Dr. Wang. Hello. The old man looked good. Do you feel better? Yes, much better. I can move my legs a little. The old man showed his legs to Wang Yao. Sure enough, the old man's legs moved slightly. It was obvious that the old man's legs were moving. It was probably because he had not exercised his legs for a long time, so the movement was very small. However, it was a good sign. It is indeed moving. This is a good sign, Wang Yao said with a smile. Then, he checked the old man again. The old man's condition was much better than the last time. The blocked channels and collaterals in the old man's waist were unblocked. The muscles in the old man's legs had shrunk a little. The circulation of qi and blood was very poor. It would take a long time for the old man to recover. Let me give you another massage. He circulated his nashi and attached it to his hand. The old man felt something enter his legs again. It was very warm. It was like hot air, but also like a warm current. It went through his skin and went deep into his muscles. Wherever his hands touched, it was warm. It was very comfortable. It was as if his legs were soaked in a hot spring. It was so comfortable. The skin on the old man's legs was slightly red. His face was also ruddy because of the circulation of qi and blood. The whole process took about 40 minutes. Take a break and try to move again, Wang Yao said. Okay. The old man sat and rested for 20 minutes. He drank a cup of hot water and tried to move again. This time, the movement was more obvious. His toes and calves were moving. He could clearly feel that his legs were more obedient. There is progress. Amazing! The old man exclaimed. It was only an hour of massage, and there was such an obvious improvement. It was amazing. Thank you, Chen Buiyuan said happily. Give the old man more massages when you go back. You can soak his feet in a medicinal bath. It is good for the circulation of qi and blood. Oh, I may have to go back soon. My wife will come here. What do you think? Just tell her to come to me if she needs anything, Wang Yao said with a smile. Okay, thank you. Chen Buiyuan and his father-in-law left around 5 p.m. On the way out, the old man kept trying to move his legs. Dad, you have to be careful. Okay, I know, the old man said with a smile. His smile was very bright. He was as happy as a child. When it was close to evening, Wang Yao closed the door of the clinic. He walked home and met an old man on the way. The old man was driving a few sheep down from the hill to his home. Grandpa. In terms of seniority, he had to call the old man that. Okay. Cough, cough, cough. The old man bent over and coughed very badly. His breathing was like a bellows. There was a noise. It was the sputum produced by the burning heat in his lungs. You are old. You need to rest more. Okay, the old man replied indifferently. Wang Yao smiled. Some people would choose to wait and resist when they were not feeling well. They did not care about minor illnesses. Sometimes they could get through it, but sometimes the minor illness would turn into a serious illness. For example, the old man now. If he did not rest and receive treatment, his lung disease would definitely worsen. His body could not withstand the torment of a serious illness. Every serious illness would cause a certain amount of damage to the body. If it was not treated well, it could be permanent. It was even more so for old people. Sometimes a fall would cause a fracture. When Wang Yao returned home, he found that his parents were not at home. The meal was already in the pot. Hey, where did you go? He waited for a while but did not see them come back. It was getting dark. When he was about to call them, they came back. I went out to visit someone, Zhang Xiuying said. In the back room, your third uncle is back. Third uncle? The one in the northeast. The third uncle was another branch of the family. He had been away for 5 or 6 years. When he was in the village, he got along well with his family. He also treated Wang Yao very well. A few years ago, he missed his son. The local policy was strict, so he and his wife went out to avoid their son. You came back with your son? Yes, this time we finally gave birth to a son. Now the relevant national policy is relaxed, so we came back. Haha. Wang Yao smiled. We have a son, but your aunt's health has deteriorated. What's wrong? Wang Yao was surprised. He remembered that his aunt was very healthy when she was in the village. When she gave birth to her son, it was winter. There was no one to take care of her during the confinement period. She got out of bed by herself. She had a headache and waist pain. The confinement period was not easy to treat. It was not only the village that thought so. She had given birth to a child and was in a weak period. If she got sick at this time, it would quickly go deep. It was extremely difficult to get rid of the root. Chapter 344. Uncle, you don't look well. You need to rest, Wang Yao said. Wang Yao could tell that third uncle was actually sick. He had been overworking himself for a long time. Okay. The middle-aged man smiled. Wang Yao stayed at his house for a while and chatted with him for a while. Then, he left. Keep it to yourself that I'm treating your wife, Wang Yao said before leaving. Okay, I know. The middle-aged man nodded. I didn't spoil him for nothing when he was young. Isn't that so? Hey, who did he learn this from? Who knows? But he doesn't want others to know. Don't talk about it when you go out, the middle-aged man said. I know, Wang Yao said. After leaving his third uncle's house, Wang Yao was walking back to Nanshan Hill when he received a message from Tong Wei. Tong Wei told him that she would fly to Hu City the next day and then fly to Dao City. She would arrive at Dao City at night, so Wang Yao didn't have to go. I'll pick you up, Wang Yao said. It was just a night in Dao City. Oh, right. He called Wang Mingbao to make sure that he was still in Lianshan. He told his family and drove to the county. He wanted to talk to Wang Yao about Shen Qingqing. He felt that Shen Qingqing was not very reliable. When he arrived at Wang Yao's shop, he heard a woman's silvery laughter coming from outside his office. He knocked on the door. Wang Mingbao was smiling. Beside him was a slim woman with a red face. She was Shen Qingqing. Yao, Shen Qingqing greeted him with a smile. Hi, Wang Yao replied with a smile. Come, have a seat. Shen Qingqing was busy pouring water, making tea, and serving fruit. She was very efficient. What's up? Yes, there is, Wang Yao said. What is it? Wang Yao hesitated. Qingqing, go down and help. We have something to talk about, Wang Mingbao said to his girlfriend. Sure, Shen Qingqing agreed happily, then went downstairs. You're progressing fast, Wang Yao said with a smile. Haha, she's alright. I think this girl is pretty good, Wang Mingbao said. She doesn't work? Oh, working in an insurance company, there aren't so many restrictions. Insurance company? Yes, she used to be in G City. She just came back 2 months ago. I got to know her when I attended a cocktail party, Wang Mingbao said. Don't talk about her. Why are you looking for me? I looked for you because of her. What? Wang Mingbao was stunned. What happened to her? Do you know her past? I asked about that. She used to have a boyfriend, but they broke up because of different personalities. Why? Wang Mingbao didn't expect his good friend to look for him specifically for his girlfriend. Wang Yao hesitated and thought about how to say it. We're brothers. Just say it, Wang Mingbao said. When I first met her, I saw her complexion. Her qi and blood were severely depleted. She had a serious injury in the last 2 or 3 months. Serious injury? She didn't. Wang Mingbao thought for a while and said, I've known her for almost 2 months. I didn't see any problem with her. That was before that. What do you mean? Wang Mingbao vaguely understood what Wang Yao meant. To put it simply, she had a miscarriage. What? Wang Mingbao stood up from his chair immediately after hearing what he said. Are you sure? I'm not sure, but I'm 80% sure. If he were to take a closer look and touch her, he would be sure. However, this was not far from the truth. Wang Mingbao sat on the chair and pondered with his head lowered. His face instantly turned ugly. He was sincere about this girl, but he trusted his brother more. If you have acquaintances in G City, it's better to ask. After all, it's a matter of a lifetime. Okay, I got it. Thank you. Xiao, don't let others see through you later, Wang Yao said calmly. What if I'm wrong? Okay. Wang Mingbao forced a smile. It's uglier than crying. You've changed so much. Think of a reason, Wang Yao said. What reason? Lend me some money. Just say that I'm here to borrow money from you. 1 million. TSK, how did such a refined person like you come up with so many lies? Wang Mingbao said with a smile. I'm a little flustered. I'll say what I need to say. I'm leaving. Don't. Let's have dinner together. I have something to do back home. Wang Mingbao walked him downstairs. Let's go, brother. Shen Qingqing obediently came to see him off. Okay, you're busy. Wang Yao took a closer look. Shen Qingqing's white neck had an additional platinum necklace. The last time he saw her, she was wearing a gold necklace. It seemed that Wang Mingbao had spent a lot of money on her. Drive safe. Okay, I'm leaving. Wang Yao drove away. Brother, why did I come to see you? Why are you being so secretive? Wang Yao had just left. Shen Qingqing followed him and asked. Thinking about what Wang Yao had said and the contact between them during this period, Wang Mingbao felt that this girl might be following him for his money and his family background. His complexion also became unsightly. What's wrong? Shen Qingqing was very sensitive. She noticed that her new boyfriend's facial expression was not quite right. Nothing. Let's talk inside. Oh, okay. The two of them entered the office. Shen Qingqing tidied up the tea set. You don't look very good. What's the matter? I'm here to borrow money. Borrow money? How much? 1 million. Shen Qingqing was shocked. You want to borrow 1 million? Yes. No wonder his facial expression was not good. Even a biological brother would not be happy to borrow so much money at once. After all, not everyone was a top tycoon like Mr. Ma and Mr. Wang. Money was just a number in their eyes. What about lending it to him? Think about it again. Shen Qingqing stayed with Wang Mingbao for a while. She noticed that he was not in a good mood. She wanted to cheer him up, so she acted more intimately. However, Wang Mingbao's mind was full of Wang Yao's words. The more Shen Qingqing acted like this, the more unhappy he felt. The worse his facial expression became. At his age, he was not good at hiding his emotions. All his emotions were written on his face. The atmosphere became a little awkward. Fortunately, a phone call came to the rescue. Shen Qingqing was called back by the company. No, I have to check it as soon as possible. Wang Mingbao made up his mind. The next day, he went to Ji with the excuse that he was going out to inspect the materials. He asked someone to discreetly inquire about Shen Qingqing's previous company. What? She's coming back? Yes, I'm going to Dao to pick her up. I might not come back tonight. Okay. Zhang Xiaoying agreed wholeheartedly. Stay in Dao for a few more days. You don't have to rush back. Ha! Wang Yao just smiled. He drove out of the mountain village. Drip, 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 drip. The construction team was setting up the road again. Hey, the boss will probably lose money building this road, Wang Yao said. At the same time, he was a little worried about the quality of the road. Since they were going to lose money building the road, the contractor would probably think of ways to cut corners. The quality of the road would definitely not be guaranteed. The car sped on the road. Thousands of miles away, a plane had just landed in Shanghai from a foreign land. A slim woman wearing sunglasses walked out of the plane. Hey Xiaowei, slow down. Wait for me. A handsome young man followed behind her. He was about 25 or 26 years old. Why do you keep following me? The slim woman looked a little impatient. Aren't you going to Tao? I'm going to Tao too, the young man said with a smile. We're going the same way. Why are you going to Tao? I'll go wherever you go. You. It was the first time Tong Wei met such a shameless person. I already have a boyfriend, the young man said. Boyfriend? It doesn't matter. I still have a chance if you're not married. Even if you're married, I still have a chance. Such a shameless answer made her speechless. He was really a cheeky plaster. If you keep following me, I'll call the police and say you're harassing me. Okay, I'll keep a distance. The young man smiled and followed the slim woman about 30 feet away. He would go wherever she went. Chapter 345. This graceful lady was Tong Wei, who had just returned from Paris, France. She had stayed abroad for more than 2 months and had accidentally come into contact with the young man named Wu Yueran behind her. He had stuck to her like glue and could not be shaken off. Every day, he would wait outside the company for her to send him flowers and would not get tired of it. She had returned to China and so had he. They were on the same flight. You can just follow me, Tong Wei thought. It was past 8 p.m. when the plane landed. What are we having tonight? Seafood or Western food? Wu Yueran asked as he followed Tong Wei. You can eat by yourself, Tong Wei said angrily. Look, I'm a guest in Tao. You should be a good host. Tong Wei looked around after arriving at the exit of the airport. There were fewer flights at night, and not many people came to pick her up. She easily found Wang Yao among the few people. He was still dressed casually. He was wearing a cotton t-shirt, loose pants, and sneakers. He looked like an inexperienced college student. He was looking at her with a smile. Wang Yao. Tong Wei waved at him happily. She dragged her suitcase and ran to Wang Yao. You're back. Yes. You've lost weight. I think you're right. Come, let me hug you. The two of them hugged each other. The beauty in his arms smelled fragrant. She was soft, and fragrant. Not far from them, Wu Yueran was stunned. Are you kidding me? Are you showing off your love in front of me? Do you think I don't exist? He's still the same. From his looks to his temperament, which part of him is better than me? He was very unhappy, but his face was full of smiles. He waited at the side and looked at the loving couple with a smile. Wang Yao, who was holding Tong Wei, noticed the handsome young man next to them. Who is this person? Why is he staring at us? Does he have a special hobby? Wu Yueran waited. After the two of them separated, he walked to Wang Yao with a smile. Hello, let's get to know each other. I'm Wu Yueran, Tong Wei's friend, Wu Yueran said to Wang Yao said politely. Hello, Wang Yao said with a smile. Shall we have dinner together tonight? Wang Yao turned to look at Tong Wei. No, you can eat by yourself. Let's go. Tong Wei dragged Wang Yao away. Sigh, keep in touch when you're free. Wu Yueran did not forget to shout. He's your friend. It's okay to have a meal together. He's not my friend. He's just a piece of dogskin plaster that I can't get rid of. Tong Wei pouted her red lips. Oh, pursuers? Wang Yao immediately understood. He's not a local, right? He's from whose city? He chased you all the way to Tao? Wang Yao asked with a smile. I'm hungry. What do you want to eat? Well, whatever. I'm not familiar with the restaurants here. Why don't you choose a place? No problem. Tong Wei chose a restaurant near the sea. It was very clean and the main dish was seafood. The dishes were also quite authentic. How was your time in France? Not bad. I met some people, experienced some things, and learned a lot. Tong Wei kept looking at Wang Yao as she spoke. Her eyes had a more ethereal feeling compared to when she left. No, it should be said that she had a special ethereal temperament. Since you're back, why don't you have a good rest? I want to. I'll report to the company tomorrow. I should have a few days off. After that, I'll go back to Lianshan County, Tong Wei said. I'll wait for you. Why don't you stay at my place? Tong Wei's voice was very soft. Her face was red as if she was drinking wine. Okay. Wang Yao hesitated for a moment before agreeing. For this meal, in addition to the seafood, the two of them also had some drink. They didn't drink alcohol. After dinner, Wang Yao drove Tong Wei to her place. Because no one lived there for a while, if someone lived there, it would need to be cleaned up. The two of them simply cleaned up. It was already past 10 p.m. I'm going to take a shower, Tong Wei said. Okay. Wang Yao responded. Was this some kind of hint? The sound of water splashing came from the bathroom. One could imagine how tempting it would be if the warm water fell on the smooth and tender skin of a graceful beauty. Wang Yao. Tong Wei's voice came from the bathroom. What's wrong? Can I trouble you to get me a bath towel? Okay. Wang Yao looked around and found a bath towel hanging on the wall outside the bathroom. He walked out of the bathroom. Through the glass door, he could vaguely see a graceful figure inside. He knocked on the door. The door opened. A fair and tender arm with water droplets on it reached out from inside. Here. He passed the bath towel into Tong Wei's hand. Thank you. The moment the bathroom door closed, there seemed to be some hesitation. What an idiot! In the bathroom, Tong Wei's pretty face was red. She had just made up her mind after a series of mental struggles, and any man with half a brain would have known what a hint it was. Am I that unattractive? Or does he not like me at all? For a moment, Tong Wei thought a lot. Phew. Wang Yao secretly used the method of guiding qi and silently recited the Taoist scripture to calm down the waves in his heart. Being with Tong Wei, especially at night, was a kind of test and torment. After a while, she came out of the bathroom. She was wearing a simple bathrobe. Her chest could be seen. I'm done. Why don't you go wash up? Okay. In fact, in Wang Yao's current situation, taking a shower was not very meaningful. The qi and blood in his body were smooth and running through his body. He was close to the leakless true immortal realm. Some of his metabolism had already changed. Ordinary people might produce a lot of sweat and metabolites after a day of activity. They needed to take a shower to clean up in time. Otherwise, they would feel uncomfortable all over. Moreover, it was easy for there to be a strange smell. In his current situation, even if he did not take a shower for a month, there would not be any strange smell from his body. He just took a simple shower. Let's sleep, Tong Wei said softly. Okay, good night, Wang Yao said. The two of them, one in the bedroom and the other in the living room. The bed was obviously very big. It could fit two people. Moreover, they could roll around and move around. It was obviously a man and a woman who liked each other. However, this layer of paper was not broken. Tong Wei had no problem. The problem was Wang Yao. Wang Yao felt that there was a problem with his mentality. That night, the two of them thought a lot. In the morning, Tong Wei woke up very early. After washing up, she prepared breakfast. Wang Yao woke up even earlier. He directly sat at the seat by the window and slowly practiced boxing slowly. Tai Chi? Tong Wei asked with a smile. Yes and no. At first, he practiced Tai Chi with Zhou Xiong. After he got the boxing book from the Zhou family, he began to practice the boxing in it. Now, he mainly practiced the nameless boxing. Teach me when you have time? Sure, no problem. It was a nutritious breakfast. In the morning, Tong Wei had to report to the company and hand over the handover. Wang Yao had nothing to do. Therefore, after he sent Tong Wei to the company, he drove around Dao. In fact, there were still some places in Dao that were worth visiting. However, he was not very interested in the historical sites, especially the buildings left behind by foreign countries. He preferred plants, mountains, rivers, and nature. At noon, he drove to Tong Wei's company. Well, what's the situation? Downstairs of Tong Wei's company, he saw a well-dressed young man holding a bouquet of fiery red roses. It was Wu Yueran, whom he had met at the airport last night. "What are you doing? You're dressed so well, and your hair is so shiny. You make yourself look like a North Korean government official." "Hey, hello." After seeing Wang Yao, he actually smiled and greeted Wang Yao. "Hello, why? Are you waiting for someone?" Wang Yao asked. "Yes, I'm waiting for my goddess," Wu Yueran said. "Who?" Wang Yao asked. "You know her, Tong Wei," Wu Yueran said. He really dared to say that. Wang Yao was speechless. "She has a boyfriend?" Wang Yao asked. "I know, isn't it you? I think I still have a chance. I've decided to compete with you fairly. The winner gets the beauty." Wu Yueran said. "Do you dare to compete with me? Ah, such fighting spirit. TSK TSK. Wang Yao sighed with a smile. "Have you seen a doctor?" "What?" I said, "Have you had a physical examination recently?" "I had a physical examination with a private doctor when I was in France." "What's wrong?" Chapter 346. You are sick. You need to be treated. "Look, this is a fair competition. How can you curse me?" Wu Yueran laughed. "I'm telling the truth. It's up to you to believe it or not. No matter what you say, I won't give up." Sigh, this weirdo. Fair competition? How could he think of that? Wang Yao had only seen people like him on TV and in novels. "Hey Wang Yao, can we discuss something?" Wu Yueran asked with the bouquet in his hands. "Look, you can give up on Tong Wei. Just name your price." "Really?" Wang Yao asked with a smile. "Really? Okay, I want both of your kidneys." "What?" Wu Yueran was stunned. "Bro, are you kidding? You were the one who joked with me first." While the two of them were talking, Tong Wei came down from upstairs. "Tong Wei, this is for you. I wish you to be as beautiful as a flower." Wu Yueran held a big bouquet of roses in front of Tong Wei. Tong Wei didn't even look at it. She walked quickly to Wang Yao. "Have you been waiting for a long time?" "Not too long ago. I was just chatting with this person, the eccentric." "What's there to talk about with him?" Tong Wei said. "Let's go." She held Wang Yao's arm and looked happy. "I won't give up," Wu Yueran shouted at the two of them. "Give me a kiss." Wang Yao suddenly turned his head and said, "Huh!" Tong Wei was stunned. While she was still in a daze, Wang Yao had already kissed her red lips. It was cool, soft, and the taste of a kiss. Tong Wei's pretty face turned red. Her mind went blank in an instant. "Damn!" Wu Yueran was stunned. "He ignored me. He totally ignored me." Wu Yueran was so angry that his whole body trembled. "Wow, what a beautiful rose!" A girl who weighed about 100 kilograms walked past Wu Yueran. She looked at the rose and sighed. "Do you like it?" "Yes." "It's for you." "Ah." The fat girl was stunned. "What do you want to do?" She covered her chest with both hands, looking like she was guarding against a pervert. F***ck, what's going on? With your size, I wouldn't want you even if you offered me $1 million. Wu Yueran broke down immediately. He strode away with the roses and walked to the side of an auntie who was selling pancake. "Auntie." "Hey young man, how much do you want?" "I wish you happiness." He stuffed the roses into the auntie's hands and turned to leave. The auntie looked at the bouquet of beautiful roses in front of her and was stunned. This was the first time in her life that she had received roses, and it was from an unfamiliar young man. "Are you crazy? A fool with a lot of money?" For a moment she thought of such words. "What do you want for lunch?" "Whatever." Tong Wei leaned on Wang Yao with a blissful expression. The intimate contact just now was too sudden, and she didn't have time to react. Now that she thought about it carefully, she felt embarrassed. Holding hands, hugging, kissing, and then 2 red clouds appeared on her face again. The two of them chose a famous southern restaurant in Dao. The Huaiyang cuisine was quite exquisite. Well, I've finished my work in the morning. We can go home in the afternoon. Okay. Why don't we stay in Dao for a few more days? It's up to you. I'll listen to you. Tong Wei raised her head and looked at Wang Yao with a pair of beautiful big eyes. Then, let's go home? Okay. After lunch, the two of them went back to Tong Wei's residence in Dao to rest. Then, Tong Wei packed her things and went back to Lianshan County with Wang Yao. Just as they were about to get in the car, Wang Yao received a call from Sun Jingrong. Hello, Mr. Sunday. Hello, Dr. Wang. Sun Jingrong was going to visit him in Lianshan County. I'm in Dao now. Is that so? What a coincidence. Are you free now? Sun Jingrong was very happy when he heard that Wang Yao was in Dao. It seems that we may have to stay in Dao for one more day, Wang Yao said to Tong Wei with a smile. What's wrong? I have to see someone. It may take some time, Wang Yao said. It's okay. I'll wait for you. After a while, a Mercedes-Benz S600 arrived at the place where Wang Yao was. Hello, Dr. Wang. Sun Jingrong got out of the car and walked quickly to Wang Yao's side. He smiled and stretched out his hand. Hello. This is... Tong Wei was a little confused for a moment. Sun Jingrong, the richest man in Dao. She had seen this person before. Whether it was in real life, on TV, or in newspapers, he was a powerful figure. And this is... Tong Wei, my girlfriend. This was the first time Wang Yao had admitted that Tong Wei was his girlfriend in front of an outsider. Hello. Hello, Mr. Sun, Tong Wei said with a smile. She was very happy. What can I do for you? It's about Yunxing's illness, Sun Jingrong said. Has he had a relapse? Wang Yao asked. No. The medicine you gave is quite effective. I just want you to take a look at him again, Sun Jingrong said. Okay. Let's go now. Okay. Wang Yao drove to the place where Sun Jingrong lived. It was a small hill by the sea. There was a high-end villa area on the hill. Sun Jingrong's villa was located at the top of the hill. It looked very grand. Sun Yunxing's complexion was normal, but his breath was still weak. The terrible, extreme yang disease had destroyed most of his body, and now he urgently needed to recover. Even if he recovered, his life force had been damaged, which would certainly affect his lifespan. Dr. Wang. His voice was weak, which was a sign of insufficient vitality. Hello. Wang Yao put his hand on his wrist. His pulse was still very weak. What? Wang Yao was suddenly stunned. What's going on? He then carefully tested the Taiyuan and Shunguan acupoint. What about these acupoints? Heat was flowing out. This was a sign of yang toxins being discharged. Wait. Wang Yao's eyes lit up. He suddenly had a very bold idea. Could he use a special method to expel the extreme yang toxins from his body? This method was a common gimmick in novels and movies. In other people's eyes, it was a fantasy. It was unscientific. It was absolutely impossible. However, it was possible for Wang Yao. He had practiced Neishi and had reached the level of mastery. Let's give it a try. Wang Yao decided to give it a try. Next, I'll give you a very special treatment. If you feel something is wrong or uncomfortable, tell me immediately. Okay. Next, Wang Yao calmed his mind. What he needed to do was no longer to expel his Neishi. Instead, he used his Neishi as a guide to expel the yang toxins from Sun Yunxing's body into his own body. Then, he used the pure Neishi in his body to eliminate it. Isn't it very wuxiao and fantasy? Wang Yao put his finger on Sun Yunxing's Taiyuan acupoint. He used his Neishi as a medium to guide it. It worked. He felt that someone had entered his body with his Neishi. However, before it reached his wrist, it was eliminated by his own pure Neishi. At first, the speed was slow. After all, it was the first time Wang Yao carried out such a special treatment. He was very careful. With Sun Yunxing's current physical condition, he couldn't withstand the torture. The slightest problem could endanger his life. However, as he gradually became familiar with it, the speed of transferring qi became faster and faster. Sun Yunxing only felt that there seemed to be a subtle stream of heat flowing quickly in his left arm. It quickly flowed out of his body from his wrist. This feeling was amazing. After about an hour and a half, Wang Yao stopped. "How do you feel?" "It's comfortable," Sun Yunxing answered simply. His body was now burning. Although it was suppressed by the efficacy of the frost grass, it could flare up again at any time. It was not wrong to say that it was raising the water to stop boiling. The method used by Wang Yao was closer to taking the firewood from under the cauldron. All the yang toxins in Sun Yunxing's body were drawn out and supplemented with something with extreme yin to cure the root of the problem. In an instant, Wang Yao had a feeling of enlightenment. "Take a short rest. Drink some water and continue the treatment." "Okay." Sun Jingrong and Tong Wei stood aside. They were a little confused. They only saw Wang Yao put his hand on Sun Yunxing's wrist. They didn't see him do anything else. Can this cure the disease? Nigong? Sun Jingrong suddenly thought of this word. Is there really such a thing in the world? Sun Yunxing drank a glass of water and got up to move his body. Then, he continued to receive Wang Yao's treatment. He continued to transfer qi. This time, with the experience from last time, the speed of progress was undoubtedly much faster and more effective. As a patient, Sun Yunxing's feelings were the most direct. Unknowingly, it was getting dark outside. When the second treatment was finished, it was already past 5 p.m. The most obvious change was that Sun Yunxing's complexion was much better. His breathing was also more regular. "Dr. Wang, what is this?" Sun Jingrong asked in surprise. "You can think of it as Nigong." Wang Yao moved his wrist slightly and smiled. "Really?" "Yes." "Why don't you have a meal here tonight? What do you think?" Wang Yao turned his head and asked Tong Wei. "I'll listen to you," Tong Wei said very obediently. "Thank you, Mr. Sunday, it's my pleasure," Sun Jingrong said happily. Wang Yao was even happier because he had discovered a brand new treatment method that could only be used by him. This made him more confident in the treatment of those difficult-to-treat diseases. The dinner was very sumptuous. In order to entertain Wang Yao, Sun Jingrong specially invited the best chef from his hotel to cook the freshest dishes. The color, aroma, taste, meaning, and shape were all taken care of. In layman's terms, it was good-looking, delicious, and nutritious. This meal was very enjoyable for both the host and the guest. After dinner, Wang Yao checked Sun Yunxing's body again. The effect was very good. The yang toxins in Sun Yunxing's body were significantly reduced. "Tong Wei, can you go out and wait for me?" "Okay." "Someone, take Ms. Tong to the living room and serve her well." "Yes." Only the three of them were left in the room. Chapter 347. Take off your shirt and let me have a look. Wang Yao suddenly thought of another treatment method. Sun Yunxing took off his shirt, revealing his skinny body. Wang Yao reached out and tested his back. Sure enough, he found that some of the acupoints on Sun Yunxing's back were also emitting heat. The meridians on the back were much thicker than those on the arms, and several main meridians passed through here. If the two were to be compared, the meridians on the arms were small streams, and the meridians on the back were big rivers. It should be faster to guide the meridians from here, Wang Yao thought. I'll try again. Let me know if there are any problems. Okay. Wang Yao pressed his right hand on the middle of Sun Yunxing's back. Then, he ran his nashi on his palm and used it as a medium to transport the meridians. Suddenly, a large amount of heat flowed into Wang Yao's palm and quickly spread along his palm to his wrist. At the same time, it was quickly eliminated by the nashi in his body. The heat was more fierce, but his nashi was extremely pure. No matter how fierce it was, it still couldn't reach his wrist. In the human body, several large meridians passed along the torso. What Wang Yao performed at this time was like the legendary North Sea power. The yang toxins in Sun Yunxing's body quickly gathered in his palm. It was as if there was something in his palm that attracted them. They were like sharks that smelled blood and swarmed over. After a while, several red spots began to appear on Sun Yunxing's back, as if he had been branded by a soldering iron. Then, they became a large patch. About half an hour later, his whole back was red, as if it was on fire. Huff, huff. His breathing became rapid, and his body trembled slightly. Stop. Wang Yao stopped the treatment decisively. He could feel that the patient's body had an abnormal reaction. His breathing was rapid, his heart was beating fast, and his body was trembling slightly. These were the reactions of physical discomfort. Take a rest. Okay. Sun Yunxing breathed a sigh of relief. He felt a burning sensation on his back, as if he was being roasted by flames. His mouth was dry and his head was slightly dizzy. His body was very weak, and he didn't have much strength left. He just wanted to rest and sleep. He rested for a while and then drank some water. Sit tight and don't move. Then Wang Yao pressed his left hand on his back again. This time it was qi transfer. He transferred the neishi that he had painstakingly cultivated into his body along the meridians. Of course, it was only a small part. He was afraid that if it was too much, his opponent's body would not be able to bear it. This time, Sun Yunxing had a completely different feeling. He felt that the burning sensation on his back was quickly fading away and was replaced by a rare sense of coolness, as if a stream of cool spring water was slowly flowing into his body along Wang Yao's arm. This was the difference between Wang Yao's internal breath cultivation. It could be hard or soft, yin or yang. It was in him and also in her. Neishi was, in fact, the purest form of life force purification. There was no fixed familiarity, but it could expel diseases and replenish life force at the fastest speed. So comfortable. Sun Yunxing's face showed a very comfortable expression. Do you feel better? Wang Yao asked. Much better, Sun Yunxing said. The discomfort on his back had completely disappeared, and the weakness of his whole body was slowly fading away. Perhaps he could not feel it immediately, but in 2 or 3 days, he would feel it clearly. The pain in his body was obviously alleviated because a considerable part of the yang toxins in his body had been extracted by Wang Yao. Today's treatment will end here. You need to pay more attention to rest. You can come to my clinic in 7 days. Okay, thank you, Sun Jingrong hurriedly said. Today, he had opened his eyes. He had never heard of such a treatment method, let alone seen it. This young man had given him too many surprises. Today's treatment. It will be confidential. Please rest assured, Dr. Wang. Sun Jingrong immediately understood what Wang Yao meant. Even if he told others, not many people would believe him. After all, it was too incredible. After the treatment, Wang Yao and Tong Wei left and went to Tong Wei's residence. After returning home, Tong Wei curiously asked, "What disease does Mr. Sun have?" "Extreme yang disease." Extreme yang. Tong Wei was slightly stunned. It was the first time she had heard of such a disease. Yes. According to the theory of Chinese medicine, the health of the human body requires the balance of yin and yang. Solitary yang does not grow, and solitary yin does not grow. His body is a special case. There are 9 yang and 1 yin. Isn't that extreme yang? What extreme yang? That is a disease. If the human body is compared to a tree, his current situation is that he is being burned by fire. If the fire is not put out, he will burn to death sooner or later. Is it that serious? Tong Wei asked. What caused it? The cause should be that the toxins caused his body to change. Toxins? Tong Wei asked. Yes, that is just the beginning. You know, internal strength. This made Tong Wei even more curious. After all, in her original impression, these things only existed in novels and movies. Yes. What is internal strength? Tong Wei asked. You can think of it as a Taoist health technique. Well, can you show me? Wang Yao looked around. He really could not think of how to show it at the moment. Got it. Give me your hand. Tong Wei was stunned and reached out her left hand. The two of them held each other's hands. Wang Yao began to circulate his qi and then transfer qi. Tong Wei clearly felt that something was being transferred from Wang Yao's palm to her palm. It was a very warm and comfortable feeling along her wrist. This was definitely not an illusion caused by skin contact. How magical! Her eyes shone brightly. This is the qi, Wang Yao said with a smile. Can you teach me? Yes, but it is very boring to learn, Wang Yao said. Yes, I want to learn. Tong Wei was like an innocent little girl at this moment. Haha. Wang Yao laughed. The two of them chatted for a while and then went to bed. Good night. Good night. Hug. Wang Yao took the initiative to hug Tong Wei and then kissed her cheek. Tong Wei's face was as red as a ripe apple, which was very attractive. The next day they got up very early. Wang Yao taught Tong Wei the most basic breathing method. Don't underestimate it. It was the most fundamental. Many people wanted to learn it, but they couldn't. They didn't even know where to learn it. Don't teach this to others. Okay. Tong Wei nodded obediently. Although this was only a part of the most basic Daoyin technique in natural classics, it was still precious and could not be taught easily. In order to practice neishi, one must first have neishi, which is the so-called qi, and then guide the practice. The first step was extremely difficult. This was the door. If one could not enter the door, it was even more impossible to enter the back. Wang Yao was different. He had the classic Taoist scriptures. On Nanshan Hill, the environment was quiet. He recited Taoist scriptures day and night, which coincided with the state of mind of Taoist practice. He also had the boxing scripture from the Zhou family in Sangzhou. Therefore, he could practice both internal and external. If it were other people, it would be impossible for them to practice to his current level, but the hope was very slim. The right time, the right place, and everything else were indispensable. Tong Wei tried to practice according to Wang Yao's method for a while, but she was not used to it. Don't worry. This can't be rushed. Wang Yao advised. The most taboo in practice was to be impatient for quick success and instant benefit. After breakfast, they went to a nearby shopping mall and bought some things, mainly some supplements for the elderly. The two of them discussed for a while, and no matter what they bought 2 portions, one for each of the elderly. After shopping, they went home together. Although the journey from Dao City to Lianshan County was relatively far, it was still relatively fast. They returned to Lianshan County in the afternoon. Wang Yao and Tong Wei found a restaurant to have a simple meal first. Then, he sent her home. Her parents were at home. They were very happy to see their daughter back. When they saw Wang Yao, they were very enthusiastic and insisted that he stay for dinner. Why don't you stay? Tong Wei asked. Okay. Her parents were busy preparing dinner. They drove the two of them out and asked them to go out for a walk. The two of them went for a walk on the street. The weather in early autumn was relatively cool. It was suitable to go out for a walk. The two of them walked and chatted. About half an hour after they came out, they received a call from home. One of Tong Wei's colleagues came. Colleague? Tong Wei was stunned. The two of them went home and were stunned. Wu Weiran. This weird guy actually came to Tong Wei's home. He was talking happily with Tong Wei's father. There was a big bag of expensive supplements on the table. After seeing the two of them, Wu Weiran stood up and smiled. Tong Wei, you're back. What's wrong with you? Tong Wei asked angrily. Why can't I come? I'm here to visit uncle and auntie. Wu Weiran looked as if it was natural. Ouch. Tong Wei suddenly felt a little pain. Why did she have to meet such a person? Wang Yao moved his fingers. Mr. Wu? You don't have to call me that. You and I are of the same generation. You can call me Yueran. Well, I think you should go to the hospital to have a checkup, Wang Yao said. Ah, Wu, are you sick? Tong Wei's mother happened to come out of the kitchen. She heard Wang Yao's words. If you're sick, you have to get a checkup quickly. No. I'm in good health. I just had a checkup at a very famous hospital in Paris, France, Wu Yueran said solemnly. Really? Then they didn't check carefully enough. Wang Yao said seriously. Don't you feel that this place is a little painful? Wang Yao tested him. He reached out and gently touched his waist. Oh my! Wu Yueran trembled slightly. His body felt as if it had been electrocuted. What are you doing? He turned around and saw that Wang Yao didn't have anything in his hand. Chapter 348. Like I said, you're sick. It's in your waist. You have to treat it, Wang Yao said. Really? Wu Yueran still didn't believe it, but the electric shock just now made him very uncomfortable. His waist was still a little numb. Stand up, bend over, and touch your toes with both hands. Wu Yueran got up and did as he was told almost subconsciously. Wang Yao reached out and touched his waist gently. Ah! Wu Yueran screamed and jumped up. He felt a needle-like pain in his waist just now. What's going on? He saw that there was nothing on Wang Yao's fingers. I said you're sick. Do you believe me now? Are you a doctor? Wu Yueran had changed from being completely disdainful to being skeptical. I'm a pharmacist. Well, pharmacist? What's that? Wu Yueran had never heard of such a title. The meridians in your waist are blocked. Now, you just feel a tingling sensation when you touch them. After a while, your waist will become numb. If this continues, your entire waist will lose feeling. You will also lose feeling in your legs. It's commonly known as paraplegia. Ah! Wu Yueran was dumbfounded when he heard this. He was doing well in a famous private clinic abroad. How did he become a paraplegic in China? Are you trying to scare me? It's up to you to believe it or not, Wang Yao said with a smile. Uncle, Auntie. Wu, if you're sick, hurry up and see a doctor, Tong Wei's mother said with concern. In her opinion, this child was quite good. He was polite and knew how to talk. However, if he was sick, he had to hurry up and get treatment. Moreover, she heard from Wang Yao that he would become a paraplegic. This was a terrible consequence. He would have to spend the rest of his life in a wheelchair. Just thinking about it was scary. Uncle, Auntie, I'll come to visit you another day. Wu Yueran took advantage of the situation. Although he was still skeptical, his health was more important. What if something happened? Moreover, he already knew Tong Wei's home address. He would have time to communicate with his future father-in-law and mother-in-law in the future. Okay, Xiao Wei, send him off. Okay. I'll go with you. Wang Yao and Tong Wei sent Wu Yueran downstairs. Young Master Wu, treat him well, Wang Yao said to Wu Yueran. Wu Yueran got into the car without looking back. What a luxury car. Looking at the Porsche, Wang Yao said with a smile. Looks like this young Master Wu is also a rich master. Yes, their family owns a big business in Hu City, Tong Wei said. Hey, why does my waist hurt? Don't tell me it's because of you, hee. Wang Yao smiled but did not say anything. He had indeed used some trick. Just now, at Tong Wei's parents' house, although he seemed to have touched Wu Yueran's waist gently on the surface, he had actually used the strength from the boxing classic. It was on the brink of an attack and the brink of an attack. That was why it had such an effect. In fact, there was indeed something wrong with Wu Yueran's waist. I can't tell, Tong Wei said meaningfully. Huh! Wang Yao was stunned. Then, the two of them looked at each other and smiled. Wang Yao, is there anything wrong with Wu Yueran's body? After returning to Tong Wei's home, her father still asked about this matter. It was obvious that he had a good chat with that guy just now. It's fine. It's not a big deal, Wang Yao said. That's good. Dinner is ready. Let's eat. Tong Wei's mother shouted from the kitchen. The table was filled with the sound of the wind. Mom's cooking is still the best, Tong Wei said with a smile. Eat more. I see that you have lost weight while you were abroad. Tong Wei's mother looked at her daughter lovingly and said, Okay. The family was happy and harmonious. After dinner, Wang Yao chatted with Tong Wei's parents for a while. Then, he said goodbye and left. Take care on your way back. Before leaving, her parents walked him out of the door. Okay, I know. Tong Wei walked him downstairs and went to the car. Take care. Give me a call when you get home. Okay. You can go up too. Okay. Tong Wei stood on her tiptoes and kissed Wang Yao gently. Wang Yao was stunned. Then, he hugged her in his arms for a while before letting go. Go up. Wang Yao drove the car slowly away. Through the rear-view mirror, he saw Tong Wei standing there the whole time. It was only now that he felt that he was in love. He thought of her and wanted to be with her all the time. When he arrived home, it was almost 10 p.m. The lights in the house were still on. He pushed the door open and entered the house. Dad, Mom, you're not asleep yet? Yes, I'm back. Did Tong Wei pick you up? Zhang Xiuying asked. She was very concerned about her daughter-in-law. Yes, she has. She has been sent home. That's good. When will she come to our house? Tomorrow morning. I'll pick her up. Okay. Zhang Xiuying said the word, okay, 3 times in a row. Wang Yao gave Tong Wei a call. Then, he gave his parents a massage to relax their bodies. Then, he went out to Nanshan Hill. It was past 10 p.m. The mountain village was very quiet. Most of the people in the house had turned off the lights and gone to bed. Squeak, squeak, squeak. There were even sounds of insects in the ground. Let me stretch my muscles and bones, Wang Yao muttered to himself. Then, he circulated his neishi. His footsteps became strange. His whole body turned into a shadow. In the blink of an eye, he had jumped more than 10 meters away. He was extremely fast and went straight to Nanshan Hill. The wind whistled in his ears. It was a very carefree feeling. In a very short time, he arrived at Nanshan Hill. It was very quiet in the herbal field. San Xian was wagging his tail at the entrance, waiting for him. San Xian, why do I feel that you have become fatter? Woof, woof. Wang Yao smiled and rubbed San Xian's head. Then, he walked around the herbal field. The herbs were growing very well. The 2 licorice roots that had just been planted, Xijan and Changyang, were growing very well. They were already showing their heads. After walking around, Wang Yao went back into the house. He recorded the process of treating Sun Yunxing in Dao City, and his own feelings. It was a very rare experience for him to have such an experience. If I let the patients practice this method of breathing, the Daoying technique will definitely have a good promotion for their bodies. He had a deep understanding of the magic of the natural classic. He was just a beginner. As he continued to cultivate his mind, he would be able to further understand the mystery hidden in this Taoist classic. By then, his cultivation would definitely be further improved. It was not until late at night that he turned off the lights and went to sleep. The next morning, he started very early. He went up to Nanshan Hill early and began to practice as usual. His movements were very slow, mainly because of the circulation of his neishi. Then, he tried to release his neishi continuously, starting from his hands, his limbs, his torso, his head. Then, he had a strange feeling that he was wearing a layer of clothes of the 5 elements. The clothes were flowing and dancing, and his perception of the surroundings became more sensitive. This was the communication between his own qi and the qi between heaven and earth, gathering but not dispersing. Wang Yao faintly had a feeling that he could integrate with heaven and earth. He waved his hand and used his own qi as a medium. Whoosh! A gust of wind blew. The grass and trees a few meters away rustled. He was stunned. He tried again. The wind blew again. There was qi between heaven and earth. It was not air, but another kind of qi. Wang Yao's eyes lit up. The scriptures in the natural classics kept flashing in his mind. Then, he stood there as if he was in a daze. The cycle of qi was getting stronger and stronger, and the circulation of his neiqi was getting faster and faster. The range of his perception was getting bigger and bigger. 1 meter, 2 meters, 5 or 6 meters. He waved his hand and the wind blew. Breath. He pressed his hand and the wind stopped. If there were outsiders who saw this at this time, they would be so shocked that their eyeballs would fall out. Although the distance was limited, this was simply a miraculous skill. Ha ha ha. Wang Yao looked up to the sky and laughed. This morning, he touched another door. On the other side of the door, there would be a more mysterious world. Although he had gained a lot on the mountain, he was scolded by his mother when he went down the mountain and returned home. Didn't you say you were going to the city to pick up Tong Wei today? Why did you come down the mountain so late? Zhang Xiuying was very dissatisfied. Yes. I'll go now, Mom. Eat something first. Okay. Wang Yao directly drove to Lianshan County after eating something. Tong Wei had already dressed up at home. She put on light makeup, which made her more charming. My daughter is so beautiful today. Tong Wei's mother looked at her daughter and said. Wang Yao bought some things in Lianshan County and went to Tong Wei's home. Why did you buy things? Just some fruits for uncle and auntie. After sitting at her home for a while, he and Tong Wei left. Well, let's go to the shopping mall first. What do you want to buy? Before coming back, they had already bought a lot of things in Dao. Wang Yao had already brought them home. He told his parents that Tong Wei had bought them for them. His parents were very happy. Are you going? Okay, let's go. After going to the shopping mall, Tong Wei bought some more expensive tonic. I really don't need them, Wang Yao said. He knew Tong Wei's thoughts, but with him, his parents actually didn't need tonic. In his parents' eyes, as long as Tong Wei could go, it would be the best gift. Okay, that's all. Tong Wei smiled and carried a few bags. Come on, give them to me. After coming out of the shopping mall, the two of them went to the mountain village together. Most of the road in the mountain village had been repaired. Are you repairing the road? Yes, there's a hot spring in Lijiago at the back of the village. The county should be doing a tourism project. Who would come to the original road? That's true. Suddenly, there was a burst of firecrackers. Not far ahead, there were people setting off firecrackers and burning paper money by the roadside. What's going on? Tong Wei asked curiously. I don't know. Maybe they are praying to the earth god? Wang Yao guessed. He had been walking on this road for the past few days. He could already recognize a few construction workers. It was the same group of people. Chapter 349. Are you still so superstitious? Asked Wang Yao. Of course. The road is under construction. You don't know that there have been 2 accidents during this period. One died and the other was seriously injured. The construction workers are all worried about it, said Wang Yao. So many accidents happened on such a short road? Asked Tong Wei in surprise. Yes, that's why I have such thoughts, said Wang Yao. They arrived at the mountain village as they chatted. Tong Wei got out of the car when it stopped. She amazed everyone. Whose daughter is she? She's so pretty. Isn't she Fenghua's daughter? She's his daughter-in-law. She's so pretty, said Wang Yao. What's the use of being pretty? She can't be eaten. I don't know if she can be raised. Tong Wei entered Wang Yao's house and greeted them politely. Her greeting made Wang Yao's parents very happy. Come in and have a seat. Why did you bring so many things? Zhang Xiuying felt that her future daughter-in-law was pleasing to the eye. After sitting down in the house, Wang Yao's mother held Tong Wei's hand and asked her many questions. How was life abroad? Did she like the food there? Did she still want to go there? It was as if she was afraid that Tong Wei would run away. After chatting for a while, she went to the kitchen to cook. "Auntie, let me help you," said Tong Wei as she stood up. "No, just sit there and eat some fruit. The grapes and peanuts are all homegrown. Try them," said Zhang Xiuying. In the end, Tong Wei didn't go to the kitchen to help. In the People's Hospital in Haik. "No, doctor, take a good look at my back. It hurt when I touched it yesterday," said Wang Yao. Wu Yueran went to the nearest hospital for a checkup. He was shocked by the sudden pain in his back at Tong Wei's house yesterday. "Young man, there's really no problem. If you're worried, you can go to the provincial hospital," said the doctor with a smile. He didn't understand why Wu Yueran was so suspicious. In fact, he was quite healthy according to the checkup result. "Are you really okay?" asked the doctor. "Thank you," said Wu Yueran. After Wu Yueran left Haik City Hospital, he still felt uneasy. Hence, he drove straight to G City. He wanted to go to the provincial hospital in G City for another checkup. "Wang, if I find out that you lied to me, you'll be in for it." The Porsche sped all the way to G City. In G City, Wang Mingbao was smoking under a big tree. He was in a very bad mood. He had been in the city for a few days. He had come to G City to visit his girlfriend, Shun Qingqing, whom he had just met for less than 2 months. He had also heard Wang Yao's words. G City was very big. It was not easy to find a person, so he spent a few more days. It would have been fine if he didn't investigate, but once he did, he almost exploded in anger. He asked his friend in G City to find the company where Shen Qingqing used to work. Then, he inquired about her situation from the side. Turned out that during the time she worked in G City, her reputation was very bad. She often hooked up with some rich bosses. She couldn't explain it clearly. Moreover, before she left her job, she took a short leave. It was said that she had a miscarriage. After Wang Mingbao heard the news, he only felt a buzzing in his head. He felt very angry. He was deceived. He was serious about this relationship. Fortunately, overall, he adapted and felt lucky that he didn't continue to have a deeper relationship with this woman. If the two of them got married, it would be really troublesome. Although he was in a bad mood now, he finally recognized the true character of this woman. Such a woman was definitely not worthy of marrying home and living with him for the rest of his life. After all, the probability of a fickle woman suddenly repenting and turning over a new leaf was very low. It was almost the same as winning the lottery. Since he was in a bad mood, he decided not to rush back for the next few days. He wanted to find his friends here to relax. In the mountain village, at Wang Yao's house, Tong Wei was in the living room with Wang Yao's father and chatting with him. At about 10 a.m., Wang Yao's sister came back by car. "What's going on? Why didn't you tell me that you were back?" Wang Yao's voice was heard before she arrived. "Sister," said Tong Wei. "Hey, you are getting more and more beautiful." Wang Ru looked at Tong Wei and smiled. At this time, she acted like an elder sister, which was very rare. She asked Tong Wei some questions and chatted with Tong Wei for a while. After that, she went to the kitchen to help. "Why are you back?" Zhang Xiuying was a little surprised. "I asked for leave to come back." "How can I not come back when sister-in-law is coming to visit? It's such a grand occasion. When will their marriage be settled?" "They haven't told me yet." "Then, they have to hurry up. Tong Wei is such a beautiful girl. Who knows how many people are looking at her?" said Wang Ru. "Well, yes. Hey, you are not bad either. Why doesn't anyone want you?" Zhang Xiuying started to scold her daughter while cooking. "Why are you talking about me again? The main character today is your future daughter-in-law. Let's talk about my matter later." Wang Yao's mother had been preparing since yesterday afternoon. She had put in a lot of effort to prepare a table full of dishes for her future daughter-in-law's visit. Looking at the table full of dishes, Tong Wei whispered to Wang Yao, "Isn't it too much?" "It's okay. My parents are happy that you are here. At noon, the family talked and laughed. Wang Yao drank a glass of red wine. Tong Wei also drank a glass of red wine. Her face was red, which was very attractive. After lunch, the family cleared the table and played poker at home for a while. Let's go to your clinic to have a look, Tong Wei whispered to Wang Yao. Okay. The two of them went out and went to Wang Yao's clinic. It's very beautiful, Tong Wei said. The house was very beautiful no matter from which direction, close up or far away. After entering, the decoration in the yard was more exquisite. After entering, the air was very fresh and made people feel very comfortable. It's so nice, Tong Wei said with a smile. Is it? The grapes at home were picked from here? She looked at the grapes in the corner and asked. Yes. It's delicious. When you go back, bring a few for Uncle and Auntie to try. Okay. Tong Wei walked around the clinic. The two of them stayed in the room for a while. They took a break and chatted. It was very intimate and warm. I want to go up the hill to have a look. No problem. Nanshan Hill was just in the distance. It stood there quietly. The road under their feet was quite bumpy. The hill didn't look far. It seemed to be in front of them, but it took a lot of effort to walk. Remember the breathing I taught you. Slowly get used to the rhythm. As they walked, Wang Yao explained the breathing valve and the Daoyin technique to Tong Wei. It was also the most basic thing. He didn't go further. Even if he did, Tong Wei wouldn't understand and understand. Going too far was as bad as not going far enough. Because it was autumn and it was afternoon, the wind on the hill was slightly cool. The two of them walked for about 20 minutes and arrived at the foot of Nanshan Hill. A dog had already arrived at the foot of the hill. It was wagging its tail. Wow, what a big dog! Tong Wei said in surprise. The dog was as big as a calf. Its hair was very shiny. In her impression, only Tibetan Mastiffs could grow. No, even Tibetan Mastiffs couldn't grow to such a big size. Moreover, this dog looked just like an ordinary one. How could it grow to such a big size? San Xian, this is Tong Wei. Say hello. Woof, woof, woof. The dog barked a few times. It looked at Tong Wei and then looked at Wang Yao. Its eyes were very intelligent. What do you mean by that look? Let's go up the hill. As soon as Wang Yao finished speaking, the dog led the way in front. Slow down. Give me your hand. Wang Yao held Tong Wei's hand and went up the hill. Although it was autumn, the trees in the spirit-gathering battle array and the herbs in the herbal field were still lush. Perhaps it was because it was not the right time, but Wang Yao felt that even in winter, the forest would still be like this. It would definitely be a wonderful scene when the time came. The goshawk stood on the tree. It didn't patrol its kingdom. Xia. Wang Yao stretched out his hand to greet it. Caw, caw, caw. The goshawk responded by chirping. They are all so intelligent. Tong Wei exclaimed. Yes, animals are intelligent. By the way, there is a new friend on the hill. New friend? Who is it? Well, I don't think it is here at the moment. San Xian, where is Xiaohe? Woof. The dog raised its paw and pointed to the back of the cottage. Where is it? Woof. Xiaohe. Wang Yao shouted at the back of the cottage. However, there was no response after waiting for a while. Xiaohe. Oh, it is a snake, Wang Yao said with a smile. Snake? Tong Wei's face changed. She was a girl. Generally, she was afraid of snakes. Looking at the vigorous herbs in the herbal field, Tong Wei asked curiously, What are these herbs? There are a lot of them. These are gentian, Radix sapochnikovii, Radix salvii miltioriza. Wang Yao pointed at the herbs in the herbal field and introduced them to her one by one. That is amazing! Tong Wei was surprised. Hey, this is nothing. Didn't you study biology in university? How come you know so much about herbs and can treat diseases? Tong Wei had wanted to ask this question for a long time. However, she felt that they were not close enough, so she didn't ask. It is a gift from heaven. Wang Yao pointed to the sky. Forget it if you don't want to tell me. Tong Wei pouted as if she was angry. However, she looked even more attractive. Really? Wang Yao smiled and kissed her. Her pretty face was blushing. Shall I take you to the top of the mountain to have a look? Okay. The two of them came to the top of the mountain. The mountain wind was slightly stronger here. Hey, why are there footprints here? Tong Wei looked at the rock under her feet in surprise. It didn't look like it was naturally formed. I stepped on it. As Wang Yao spoke, he exerted a little force with his right foot. Gotcha! The rock under his feet sank, revealing a footprint. This. She knew that Wang Yao knew kung fu, and she had seen his skills before. That time when they were playing in the mountains, he could drag a rock that weighed hundreds of kilograms. However, the footprints he left on the rock were even more shocking. Is this internal strength? Well, you can say so, Wang Yao said after thinking for a while. Chapter 350. Can I reach the same level if I practice? Tong Wei continued to ask. Theoretically, yes, but it depends on your luck, Wang Yao said. Luck? Tong Wei asked. Yes, the right time, the right place, and the right people. None of these can be missing. Hard work is important, but luck can't be obtained, Wang Yao said. Tong Wei walked around the hill and felt a little tired. She rested for a while in the cottage. Then, the two of them went down the hill. Xiaowei, don't go back tonight. Why don't you stay here for the night? Zhang Xiuying asked. Well, okay, Tong Wei replied in a very soft voice. Her face was red. Haha, okay, you don't go up the hill, Zhang Xiuying said. Okay. Wang Yao nodded. There were 4 big tile-roofed houses in the house. In addition to the south house, there were 2 rooms in the east and west. There was still room for them to stay. Tong Wei had a room by herself. The sky gradually darkened. After dinner, the family sat on the Kong bed, chatting and laughing. They didn't rest until after 9 p.m. Tong Wei lay on the soft and comfortable bed. She thought about many things. The night gradually deepened. The village fell into silence. The street lights in the village were still on. Woof, woof, woof. Suddenly, a family dog barked very fiercely. What's going on? The family hurriedly got up to check. They thought there was a thief. They looked around with a flashlight but didn't see anything. The dog was still barking fiercely. It seemed that it was barking towards the outside. The family man looked outside. That is... fire. Bang. Bang. It was late at night. Wang Yao was awakened by the knocking on the door. He hurriedly put on his clothes and got out of bed. What's going on? Tong Wei also came out of the room. Who is it? Yao, it's me. Your new house is on fire. A man's anxious voice came from outside. What? Wang Yao hurriedly opened the door and rushed out as fast as he could. As soon as he got out of the alley, he saw the fire. In the darkness of the night, the fire was particularly dazzling. The fire was coming from the south of the village. Wang Yao rushed over at an extremely fast speed, like an arrow leaving the bow. Outside the medical center, there were already people busy putting out the fire. The fire was not big, just a corner. There was also fire in the courtyard. Yao. Thank you, brothers, uncles, and grandpas. The people who came to put out the fire were all young and old. Wang Yao glanced at them and memorized them all. Then, he rushed into the courtyard. There was a fire in the corner of the courtyard. One of the acacia trees was on fire. It seemed to have been splashed with gasoline and was burning vigorously. Wang Yao hurriedly looked for water to put out the fire. His father, mother, and Tong Wei quickly rushed over. Along with the villagers nearby, the fire was extinguished in less than an hour. The damage caused was also very small. Only a corner of the medical center was burned black, and half of the acacia tree was damaged. After everything was done, Wang Yao and his family hurriedly expressed their gratitude to the people who came to help. After a while, the people who came to help dispersed and went home to rest. It was late at night and they still had work to do the next day. "Why don't you go back and rest first?" Wang Yao softly said to Tong Wei. "It's okay, I'll accompany you." The family went home, but no one could sleep. "What's going on?" Zhang Xiuying asked. "I've already called the police," Wang Yao said. It was obvious that someone deliberately set the fire. Wang Yao's face was very calm, but his heart was full of anger. This time, no matter who it was, he must make them pay a painful price. He thought carefully. During this period of time, there were only a few people he had offended or had conflicts with. Li Xiaoyang and Wu Yueran, who he just met. "Let's find time to have a good chat." The police came very quickly. Arson in the village was considered a vicious time. After asking about the cause, they quickly found a suspicious person from the surveillance cameras in the village. However, it was obvious that this person was a veteran. He was wearing a mask that covered his face. There was a bag behind him, which should be filled with gasoline. This is a repeat offender. It will be a bit difficult to investigate. This person knows where I live. It's obvious that he came prepared. We know that. Don't worry, we'll do our best. Then, they pulled up the surveillance videos of several nearby villages to investigate this person. Soon, they found a clue. Not long after the arson, a motorcycle drove past the road at the north end of the mountain village. In the 2 hours before and after, there was only one motorcycle. After all, it was already late at night, and the people on the motorcycle were mostly dressed in the same clothes. With this clue, things were much easier. They quickly pulled up the surveillance cameras on the road and investigated them one by one. At the same time, they also investigated the information of the unlicensed motorcycle. That night they didn't rest. Early in the morning, Wang Yao and his family were in a bad mood. Zhang Xiuying wanted to say something but stopped. After all, her future daughter-in-law was still at home. There were some things that she couldn't say out loud. "Don't worry. I'll deal with this matter." Wang Yao comforted his family. "Shall I go out with you?" Tong Wei asked. "Okay. Were you frightened last night?" "No, I'm just a little worried," Tong Wei said. "Are you okay?" "Okay." The two of them went to the clinic again. Wang Yao specially prepared the ancient spring water to water the injured acacia tree. In the morning, Wang Yao contacted Tian Yuantu again and asked him to arrange for people to redecorate the outer wall of the house. Before 10 a.m., people from Tian Yuantu's company arrived. They knew what had happened as soon as they saw the situation of the outer wall of the house. The person called his boss. In less than an hour, Tian Yuantu came from Lianshan County. "What's going on?" He knew at first glance that someone had deliberately set the house on fire. "Some people need to be taught a lesson," Wang Yao said. "Yes, have you called the police?" "Yes, they are still investigating. Let me know if you need any help." "Okay, thank you." At noon, the materials and workers to repair the outer wall of the house arrived and started to repair the outer wall. Wang Yao didn't stay idle. He went to the police station in town to inquire about the investigation, while Tong Wei stayed at home to accompany his mother. Tian Yuantu soon used his connections to get the county bureau involved in the investigation. The intensity of the investigation was further increased. The outer wall was repaired in the afternoon. It looked as good as new. Somewhere in height. $100,000. Castrate him. A man looked at the photo in his hand. This is a legal society. Intentionally hurting people is punishable by jail time. The man's voice was low and hoarse. "Haha, this is not the first time you have done it. The price is going to increase." "How much?" "Add another $50,000. "No problem." Wang Yao originally wanted to send Tong Wei home, but Tong Wei insisted on staying. She felt that it was inappropriate for her to leave after what had just happened to Wang Yao. At noon the next day, Wang Yao booked 2 tables in the restaurant next to the village. He invited the old and young men who had helped him last night to a feast. Good food and good wine. They ate happily and drank to their heart's content. You are very particular. This was another opinion of the villagers about Wang Yao. Wang Yao thanked the people who had helped him last time when the hill was on fire. This time, he thanked them again, not verbally, but physically. This young man is not bad. Wang Mingbao came back in the afternoon. What's going on? Was the house burned down? He was very angry when he was in G. When he heard that someone had burned down his brother's house, he immediately drove back. It's not a big deal. We are investigating it. I will talk to the old man and ask him to find someone to do it quickly. Okay. Wang Mingbao immediately called his old man. After receiving the call, his old man immediately took action. From the shop? No, I went to G to check on the person. Wang Mingbao was not willing to say the person's name. How is it? He is not a good person. You may know a person for a long time without knowing his true nature, Wang Mingbao said angrily. Then quickly cut off the contact. Near evening, a middle-aged man in his 40s came to the village. After entering the village, he went directly to Wang Yao's clinic and knocked on the door. Can't you see the door is locked? Someone nearby said as he passed by. Oh, do you know where he lives? The middle-aged man asked. Go down from here. It's at the entrance of the 4th alley. Hey, that person is standing on the edge of the bridge. Thank you. The middle-aged man then walked north to Wang Yao's side. Hello, are you Dr. Wang? The middle-aged man asked. You are? Oh, I'm here to see you. Sorry, you have the wrong person, Wang Yao said. Ah. The middle-aged man was stunned. He obviously did not expect such an answer. I'm really here to see a doctor. You really have the wrong person. The middle-aged man dawdled for a while. Seeing that Wang Yao did not admit it, he could only leave. Wang Yao looked at the man's back. What's wrong? Wang Mingbao asked. There is something wrong with that man. Something wrong? What is it? When he was talking, he did not dare to look at me directly. He has a guilty conscience. Why don't we catch him and ask him? There's no hurry. We'll follow him when he's further away. The middle-aged man came by motorbike. He was very careful when he walked. He looked back from time to time. Look, he has a guilty conscience. Wang Yao sat in the passenger seat and said, Yes, could it be the person who set the fire last night? I don't think so. They followed the middle-aged man all the way to Lianshan County. They went to a hotel. In a room of the hotel, there were 2 strong men. How did it go? TSK, he didn't take the bait, the middle-aged man who had been to Wang Yao's village said. Are you sure he's in that village? Yes, the location of the house is confirmed. We also saw the person. Brothers, the person behind the scenes said that if we can do it within 3 days, we'll get another 10,000 yuan. This is not easy to do, but it's in their village. If we don't do it well, we'll be trapped inside. We might lose our lives then. This is a problem. If only he could come out. Doesn't he have a sister in the Agriculture Bureau? We can start with her. Yes. While they were plotting in the hotel, Wang Yao and Wang Mingbao waited in the car outside. At about 5:30 p.m., the 3 of them came out of the hotel and went to a small restaurant nearby to eat. Chapter 351. Wait here. I'll go in and listen. Wang Mingbao went in and came out about 20 minutes later. There were already photos of the 3 men in his phone. Not bad. You have a lot of potential in this field, Wang Yao said with a smile. Ha! I'll ask my friends in the police station to check. He sent the photos to his friend and made a call. Let's go. The 2 men drove back home. Wang Yao did not forget to call his sister. Since these people were coming for him, they had to be careful. Are you okay? Tong Wei came out of the house when she heard that they were back. "I'm fine," Wang Yao said with a smile. His family was worried about him. From today onwards, he had to get rid of all these people who looked down on him. Wang Yao made up his mind for the first time. During dinner, Wang Mingbao received a call from his friends. The three men had criminal records. They deliberately hurt people, stole, and robbed people. Anyway, they were not good people. Find a way to check on them. No problem. That night, the three men were smoking and playing poker in the hotel room when someone knocked on the door. "Who is it?" "I'm here to deliver water." "Water? Don't you have water?" As soon as the door was opened, 4 or 5 policemen rushed in. "What's going on?" The three of them were stunned, but they quickly calmed down as they were seasoned criminals. Routine check. The police asked a few questions and searched their bags and beds. In the end, they found 2 knives. "What are these?" "Knives." "Nonsense. Don't I know these are knives? Why do you have knives?" "These are for killing pigs." "Killing pigs? Very good. Take them away." Just like that, the 3 men were directly taken to the police station. They were tortured for a whole night. The 3 men showed different psychological qualities from ordinary people. They clenched their teeth and did not give in. In the end, they were sentenced to detention. Damn it! The 3 men were very unhappy. They did not succeed in their mission. Instead, they had to serve time. Just when they thought that the matter was over, their phone call exposed another problem. The employer had called them, and coincidentally, the policeman who answered the phone had some brains and asked some questions. Someone had hired them. They checked the phone number, but there was no specific information. Even if they couldn't find the person, they had to report any problems immediately. Wang Yao soon got the news. The call was from Hike City. Hike? Could he be Wei Hai's brother-in-law? Wang Yao immediately thought of the young master with the venereal disease. If it was really him, it would be a little troublesome. After all, he still had to consider Wei Hai's feelings. On the 3rd day after the medical center was burned down, the motorcycle and its owner were found. It was basically confirmed, but there was no conclusive evidence. Moreover, the other party refused to admit it. This made the investigation into a deadlock. After learning about this, Wang Yao specially asked Wang Mingbao to invite a few people. "Can you let him go first?" After hearing Wang Yao's special request, the few people were stunned. "I have a way to make him tell the truth," Wang Yao said with a smile. "Okay, but this guy is not a good person." In fact, the police also had a headache for the regulars of the police station. They did not commit serious crimes, but they kept on doing small things. It was frustrating for the police and difficult for the court. Sentencing was not enough. Letting him go was not enough. "Thank you for your help." "You are welcome. We are all friends." In this way, through Wang Mingbao's introduction, Wang Yao got to know a few more people. Of course, they could only be considered as acquaintances. "Hey, what are you going to do?" Let him take the initiative to talk. In the afternoon, the suspect, Han Jiabao, was released. They were also willing to do a favor for this matter. After all, it would take a lot of effort to continue the investigation. Since the victim had such a special request, they would not let him off. "Han Jiabao?" "Ah!" Han Jiabao was stunned. "Who asked you to set my house on fire?" Wang Yao asked very calmly. "What are you talking about? I don't understand." "Haha, okay." Wang Yao smiled and then quickly tapped on his abdomen a few times. "Ouch." Han Jiabao covered his stomach and took 2 steps back. "What are you doing? This is outside the police station." "I didn't do anything. You can find me if you want to. You know where I am." Wang Yao smiled. After that, he turned and left with Wang Mingbao. "Crazy." Han Jiabao spat on the ground and turned to leave. After getting in the car, Wang Mingbao asked curiously, "That's it?" "Yes, he will come back to find me soon." Wang Yao was very sure. He was a pharmacist. He was very clear about the meridians and acupoints in the human body. He was also very clear about the consequences of blockages. With his current ability, he could push the acupoints and unblock the meridians. He could also block the meridians. A pharmacist could cure all kinds of diseases and also hurt people. In less than 10 minutes, Han Jiabao, who had a cigarette in his mouth and was humming a tune, felt his stomach tumble. It was like an open soda bottle. Hey, no, I have to go to the toilet. Looking around, there was no toilet nearby. No, I have to go back. He jogged back to the police station. Hey, Han Jiabao, what's wrong with you? He happened to run into a police officer who was investigating a case. Officer, my stomach hurts. I can't go on. He hurriedly went to the toilet. After squatting in the toilet for more than 10 minutes, he emptied his stomach. In the end, he directly went to the toilet. Even so, his stomach was still rumbling. What's going on? Wait. He suddenly realized a very serious problem. He didn't bring any toilet paper. Life was a tragedy if he didn't bring any toilet paper with him. He waited in the toilet for half an hour. His legs were numb from squatting, but no one came to the toilet. Don't these police officers go to the toilet? In the end, he searched his body and found a cigarette box and some money. He had to put up with it. As soon as he came out of the toilet, before he even left the police station, his stomach started to rumble again. Hey, I can't go on anymore. He went back again. This time, he shamelessly asked the police officer for some toilet paper. He squatted in the toilet for another 20 minutes. When he came out, his legs were trembling. What's going on? This time, he ran to a nearby pharmacy and asked for some medicine to treat diarrhea. He took it directly. It should be fine now, right? His stomach was still rumbling. This time, it rushed up. He didn't want to go down the road. He wanted to go up the road. What's going on? He vomited on the road. After vomiting for a while, he vomited until he had cramp. He held onto the tree trunk and didn't dare to move. He was afraid that if he moved again, he would vomit again. As he held onto the tree trunk, he remembered what Wang Yao had said. It must be him. He must have done something just now. He took a break and felt better. Then, he immediately took a taxi to the county hospital. On the way there, he vomited again. When he went to the emergency department, he saw the doctor and vomited after a few words. When the doctor saw that he was vomiting so badly, he gave him a diagnosis but could not find the cause of his illness. What did you eat? The doctor asked. Nothing, the man said. What do you think you can eat in the police station? Well, I'll prescribe some medicine for you. You can take some and have a look. Okay, the man said. He took the prescribed medicine, but it didn't have any effect. He continued to vomit. After vomiting, he had diarrhea. There was nothing in his stomach, but it was still the same. It scared him. If it went on like this, he would probably vomit his internal organs out. No, I have to find him. He took another taxi and went directly to the mountain village. Coincidentally, Wang Yao was checking the hibiscus tree that was burned by the fire in the medical center. Hey, Mr. Wang. Hey, isn't this Mr. Han? What's wrong? Seeing Han Jiabao come in, Wang Yao smiled. I was wrong. Please forgive me, Han Jiabao said. What did you do wrong? Why do you need me to forgive you? Wang Yao asked with a smile. To tell you the truth, someone paid me to burn down your house and yard, Han Jiabao said as he clutched his stomach. His stomach was twisted together and it hurt terribly. Really? Who? Wang Yao asked. I don't know, Han Jiabao said. What? You don't know? Believe me, I really don't know, Han Jiabao said. No, I can't. Vomit. Don't vomit. Wang Yao reached out and patted Han Jiabao's chest. He then poked Han Jiabao's stomach to suppress the vomit. Well, he even burped. I really didn't see him in person. He asked someone to come. Really? Be careful, Wang Yao said. You should know who he is, right? Well, I don't know his name. What about his appearance? I have a photo here. Han Jiabao was careful and secretly took a photo. Okay, go to the police station and turn yourself in. What about my stomach? I'll cure it for you after I go there. You are ruthless. Han Jiabao sighed. If he had known, he wouldn't have accepted the deal. Wang Yao smiled. Don't let me see you again. Otherwise, you will vomit blood next time. Wang Yao's smile made Han Jiabao tremble and sweat. I can try it on those 3 people, Wang Yao thought. Not long after Han Jiabao left, Wang Mingbao came. Hey, was it the one just now? Yes, it was him. He came to talk to me when he figured it out. Did he say who did it? I didn't see him in person. You are quite careful. Can you ask when those 3 people will be released? Wang Yao said. Why? Let them feel comfortable. Maybe we can get something out of them, Wang Yao said with a smile. Okay, no problem. Wang Mingbao immediately understood what his buddy meant. In the afternoon, Wang Yao sent Tong Wei home. This time, she had a longer vacation. She had stayed at Wang Yao's house for 3 days out of 10 days. It was time for her to go back and accompany her parents. What about your family? Tong Wei was still worried about Wang Yao's family. It's fine. The house has been repaired. The arsonist has been arrested. It's fine. Chapter 352. Let me know if you need anything, said Tong Wei. She wanted to stay, but she didn't think she could be of much help. Her family would be worried if she didn't go home for a few days. Okay, I'll drive you home. Wang Yao drove Tong Wei home and stayed for a while before leaving. Why did you stay here for so long? Asked Tong Wei's parents after Wang Yao left. Nothing. Something happened at his house, so I stayed for a while, said Tong Wei. What happened? Asked Tong Wei. He built a new house and needs some maintenance, said Tong Wei. Building a house in the village? Aren't you going to buy a house in the city? Asked Tong Wei's mother. It's not that I'm not going to buy a house. I think it's good to live in the village, said Tong Wei. After what happened that night, Tong Wei felt that living in the village was pretty good. The villagers helped each other, and the people who lived upstairs and downstairs in the city only met and greeted them. They might not even visit each other's houses once a year. Silly child, what are you talking about? Her mother hastened to correct her incorrect thoughts. What are you talking about? I'm just saying, said Tong Wei. After Wang Yao left Tong Wei's house, he didn't go home immediately. Instead, he went to Wang Mingbao's place. Coincidentally, he saw Shen Qingqing walking out of his shop with tears in her eyes. When he entered Wang Mingbao's office, he saw Wang Mingbao was smoking and didn't look well. Did you tell her? Asked Wang Mingbao. Yes, I told her everything. Why is she explaining to me? Asked Wang Yao. Wang Yao was silent. What's the matter? Asked Wang Yao. Ask about the 3 people. Remember to let me know when they can be released, said Wang Yao. No problem, said Wang Yao. Wang Mingbao called Wang Yao immediately. When Wang Yao got home, it was already afternoon. It was almost evening. When he got home, he found Chen Buiyuan was in his house. You're back. I've been waiting for you for more than an hour, said Chen Buiyuan. What's the matter? Asked Wang Yao. Yes, my wife asked me to give you this. Chen Buiyuan handed Wang Yao an envelope. Wang Yao opened the envelope. Doctor's license? He was stunned. The surprise came too suddenly. What's wrong, Dr. Wang? Chen Buiyuan asked softly when he saw Wang Yao's strange expression. No problem. Thank you. I'm just an errand boy. If you want to thank someone, you should thank Mrs. Song. She was the one who arranged this. All right, I'll definitely pay a visit to thank you another day, Wang Yao said. If there's nothing else, I'll take my leave first. Take care. After seeing Chen Buiyuan off, Wang Yao felt that this incident happened too suddenly. Mission: A good reason obtain a physician's qualification certificate within 10 months. Mission reward, a medical book. Failure penalty. The ancient spring pot will be taken back, and any 2 attributes will be halved. Done. He received a notification from the system. Is this quest considered completed? He had never completed a mission so suddenly. It felt like he was writing a novel or watching a movie. What a child's play. Done. This was indeed a notification from the system. According to the usual pattern, this quest should be relatively difficult to complete in such a long time. He didn't expect to complete it so unexpectedly. Mission reward, a medical book. What medical book? Wang Yao went to his room and took out an ancient book from the system package. A few ancient characters were written on it. Treatise on Miscellaneous Diseases. Wang Yao had never heard of the name of this book. He knew that the famous ancient Dr. Zhang Zhongjing once wrote a book called Treatise on Typhoid and Miscellaneous Diseases, which was highly regarded. However, only a part of the book was passed down. The original book disappeared not long after Zhang Zhongjing's death. Wang Yao couldn't wait to read this ancient medical book in his room. In addition to the medical theory, there were quite a few cases of strange diseases recorded in the book. It felt more like the medical notes of an ancient pharmacist. The content was very rich. Wang Yao had never seen a part of it before. Good, this is great. This book was a treasure trove for him. He was so engrossed in the book that he forgot about the time. The contents of the medical book were very detailed and accurate. There were many rare diseases. For example, there was a case of a woman with unbearable abdominal pain, vomiting, and diarrhea. She didn't recover for several months. She took mefizin and took out a meatball from her abdomen. The meatball was as big as a duck's egg. It was cut open and there was black water inside. The treatment process was very detailed, including the medicine used and even the formula of mefizin. The more he read, the more interested and fascinated he became. When it was time for dinner, his mother called him outside. He didn't realize it was late. What are you doing in the room? I called you 3 times before you heard me. Oh, I'm reading. I'm a little fascinated, Wang Yao said. Hurry up and eat. The arsonist was found. His parents' mood was a little better. Why did he set the fire? They still asked this question. Because of the treatment, Wang Yao said. This is similar to the medical accident in the hospital. Did you have a problem when you treated the patient? No, I didn't treat the patient, Wang Yao said with a smile. Why? Some people are not worth treating. Well, let's not talk about these things. Let's eat. Hearing Wang Yao's words, his parents didn't say anything more. After dinner, he stretched his parents' muscles and bones. Then, he went to Nanshan Hill. After arriving at Nanshan Hill, he walked around Nanshan Hill and began to read treatise on miscellaneous diseases until late at night. He looked at the time. It was already 12 o'clock at night. He turned off the lights and went to bed. Damn it! In Hike, there was a high-end commercial house. Bang! The glass cup was broken. What else can you do? His parents were roaring like crazy dogs. This matter wouldn't be over so easily. That was what he thought. The next day, Wang Yao went to town to ask about opening a medical center. In this regard, Li Maoshuang knew someone. A medical center? Is it an outpatient clinic? Yes. After asking, Wang Yao needed to provide a series of procedures. Then, he needed to submit the relevant materials to the municipal health department in the county. It took him a day from beginning to end. It was even guided by someone. This is fast. After submitting all the materials, Li Maoshuang said with a smile. Under normal circumstances, it can't be done in 2 or 3 days. Okay, thank you. Shall we have dinner together tonight? No, I have something to do tonight. Okay, another day. Okay. With the medical qualification certificate, the relevant procedures, and the business qualification certificate, His medical center could officially open. He also had a name. It would be called Nanshan Medical Center. After finishing these things, it was already past 5 p.m. when he returned home. When he got home, he found his mother's face was not very good. "What's wrong, Mom? Are you not feeling well?" "Your aunt has left," Zhang Xiuying asked with a hint of sadness. "She left Brother Wenbao's house?" "Yes, she left this afternoon." Wang Yao didn't say anything. "She didn't make it in the end." "Come with me tomorrow." Okay. It had only been a few days since his son's wedding. Now, he was going to hold a funeral for his relative. He didn't know what his daughter-in-law would think after marrying into this family. In the evening, Wang Yao found a case of treating malignant tumor in treatise on miscellaneous diseases. There was a sarcoma in the tumor, which was extremely malignant. The patient was cured after 3 months of treatment with medicine and acupuncture. Cured? Through the description, Wang Yao felt that the disease was very similar to the current malignant tumor. The author of the medical book was able to treat the disease with medicine and acupuncture. This was undoubtedly very rare. It attracted Wang Yao's attention. He now focused on the treatment of tumors in the near future. There was a medical record with the medicine at the bottom. This prescription? Half-branch lotus, phoenix tail grass, dark plum. This was because the herbs listed were all common herbs. I'm afraid these alone can't treat malignant tumors. Wang Yao looked at the prescription at the back and thought. After being instilled by the system, he had a lot of knowledge about medicinal herbs in his mind. He was also very clear about the efficacy of these herbs. They did have the effect of treating tumors in some aspects, but their effect on some malignant tumors was relatively limited. Chapter 353. Is there something magical about acupuncture? Wang Yao muttered to himself. This was completely possible. Sometimes, when two ordinary things were added together, it was possible to have a magical effect. However, this prescription was still useful. If he came into contact with such patients in the future, he could give it a try. He had most of the herbs in the prescription. The next day, Wang Yao took care of the herbal field, went up the mountain to practice, and then went down the mountain. He returned home to eat something. Then, he took his mother to the old man's house. The villagers all went back to attend weddings and funerals. As long as the relatives were close enough, they would go back to attend. Wang Yao saw his uncle and Zhang Wenbao's father. They had just had a wedding and a funeral. Obviously, they were not in a good mood. This could be seen from their faces. "You're here. She's gone. Just do your best. Take care of your health." What he said were just polite words. They put down the gift money and gave a piece of paper. This was etiquette. People came and went. They were all from the same village. Many people came. There was a big house full of people. Wang Yao's mother looked around. She did not stay there. Instead, she went to her mother's house. Where did she go? Yes. It's actually a kind of relief that she's gone. Having that kind of disease is a living suffering. Wang Yao's grandfather lit a cigarette. Yes. I still want to see my daughter-in-law give birth to a grandson, Wang Yao's grandmother said. With her condition, it's impossible, Wang Yao said. Even if Wang Yao used his neishi to treat her and supplemented it with the magical effect of the prolongation pill, it would still be difficult for her to live for another year. She was terminally ill and incurable, which was exactly what a patient like her was like. When will she be buried? I haven't decided on a date yet, but I've already chosen a grave. Because they were all relatives, Wang Yao's youngest uncle and third aunt came. They stayed at his uncle's house for a while, then went to Wang Yao's grandparents' house. They gathered together and talked about this matter. Wang Yao's grandparents' family also sighed. After all, it happened to their relatives, and at such a young age. Being safe and healthy is the greatest blessing, Wang Yao's grandfather said. Yes. At noon, someone came to invite them to lunch. Regardless of whether it was a joyous occasion or a funeral, there would still be a banquet for guests. The banquet at noon had even turned into a joke. Someone had drunk too much. In fact, people paid more attention to wedding banquets nowadays. Very few people drank too much, but there were exceptions. It was not a big deal to drink too much at a wedding banquet. After all, it was a joyous occasion. However, someone drank too much at a funeral banquet. Wang Yao saw the scene. Not only did the person drink too much, but he also talked nonsense and acted crazy. He almost flipped the table, which made Zhang Wenbao's family very angry. In the end, he was dragged away by the villagers. Wasn't this purely causing trouble for others? Wang Yao's mother, youngest uncle, and third aunt went to his grandfather's house to sit for a while, then went home. After another day, Wang Yao's medical center license was approved. There were no firecrackers, no burning of paper, and no invitations. He didn't even tell anyone. The medical center was still the same, quietly staying there. He didn't even prepare a plaque. Those who knew would come. Those who didn't know would just forget about it. A piece of paper was just a precaution just in case. The next main task was to complete several tasks that had not been completed. Difficult and miscellaneous diseases. His name spread far and wide. For the last one, he didn't have a good idea for the time being. He was the first to contact a few people. So far, only Wei Hai's illness could be considered to be cured. Yang Haichuan's mother and Zhou Xiong's son had almost recovered from their illness. He wanted to make them recover within 7 days. Wang Yao looked at the date. More than half of the task deadline had passed. There were still 3 months to complete. This task should be the most difficult to complete. Zhou Xiong and his son went back to Cangzhou for something. They would come back in 2 days. First, he needed to make a medicine. Sanyang powder. This medicine needed dangyang flower. The flower bloomed like fire and its nature was fierce. He had planted this licorice root in the herbal field. Now he could use it to make medicine. With the help of pure neishi, he wanted to succeed in one stroke. He closed the door of the medical center, went up Nanshan and prepared the herbs. The flowers, leaves, and stems of the dangyang flower could be used as medicine, but the flowers were the best. A medicine had 3 flowers and 5 leaves. After the herbs were prepared, he began to boil the medicine in the morning. Ancient spring water, multifunctional pot for herbs, and licorice root. This was a meticulous work. The timing had to be grasped carefully. Wang Yao boiled the medicine. Outside the room, the sun began to rise slowly. At noon, the sun was the brightest. The yang qi between heaven and earth was also the strongest. It was done. Wang Yao took the multifunctional pot for herbs away from the flame. The medicine was still steaming. Tomorrow, ask her to come again. Wang Yao gave Yang Haichuan's mother a call. Yang Haichuan's mother immediately agreed. In Jiahui Group in Lianshan County. Tian Yuantu frowned. They haven't agreed yet? His wife, Su Jiahui, whispered. No. Their company was about to be listed, but there was a problem in Beijing. The trading was temporarily suspended. They were about to succeed, but such a thing happened. Why don't we ask Wang Yao and see if he has a say in Beijing? After all, he and the Guo family know each other. Well, if it doesn't work, we have to ask him. Tian Yuantu sighed. Although he was a well-known person in Lianshan County and Haik City, he didn't have many connections in Beijing. Beijing was never short of rich people. Beijing had always been a place where high-ranking officials and dignitaries gathered. Sometimes, even having money might not be enough to make a difference. At about 9:30 the next morning, Yang Haichuan's mother came to the clinic. Dr. Wang. Auntie, please sit down. The old woman looked very good. Wang Yao diagnosed her. The coldness in her body had been reduced by 80 to 90%. The rest went deep into the internal organs, but it was gradually being dissolved. Wang Yao took out the sanyang powder that he had prepared in advance and asked her to take it. Then, he massaged her body so that the medicine would spread quickly. "Auntie, the next treatment may be a bit strange." "Ah, okay," the old woman said after a little surprise. Wang Yao pressed his right hand on the old woman's abdomen. Pure neishi was injected into the old woman's body through the meridians and acupoints on his palm. He wanted to integrate the pure neishi into the meridians and cooperate with the medicine to reach the deepest part of the 5 viscera and 6 bowels to expel the coldness. The old woman only felt that her abdomen was warm, as if she was holding a hot water bag. The warm feeling quickly spread to the inside of the abdomen, which was very comfortable. Like the sun and the heat flow, it fell on the corners and melted the accumulated coldness. The effect could be said to be immediate. The old woman felt the warmth in her body and began to sweat. This time, the sweat came from the abdomen and back. It felt like something was steaming out of the body. Wang Yao used neishi to heal the old woman. It took nearly an hour to finish. "How do you feel?" "SSS, I feel very comfortable." "Dr. Wang, what kind of treatment method is this?" the old woman asked in surprise. She had lived for so long. Because of her illness, she had been to many hospitals and seen many doctors. However, it was the first time she had seen a treatment method like today's. "Neishi." "Neishi?" The old woman was stunned. "What is that?" "You can also think of it as Nigong." "Nigong? The kind mentioned in novels and movies?" The old woman was stunned. The middle-aged man who came with her was also stunned. "Kind of. Does such a thing really exist?" "Yes, it exists. This is the medicine. Take it on time when you go back." "Oh, okay." The medicine was not a prescription provided by the system, so it was not within the compulsory price range. It was also a kind of experiment and repayment for Wang Yao. The old woman felt a lot better. When she saw Wang Yao, she felt that this young man was good. He was capable and had a good temper. She liked him more and more. "Dr. Wang, you haven't married yet, right?" I have a girlfriend." Wang Yao smiled. "Oh, that's good." The old woman smiled. She originally wanted to introduce a nice girl to him. After staying here for a while, she took her leave. "Xiao Luo." "Yes." "You're tuning in to the Phoenix Nights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.